Oh no.
What's up, man? Natasha.
I heard something about a Gin Project show or something. I figured maybe I ought to come and check it out.
You should probably skip that, bro.
Oh, hard pass,
Hey,
bro. OG.
Abstra, what's up? Natasha, OG, how are you doing?
OG,
I'm dropping
OG.
stuff.
Man, I have been
OG.
doing that all day, homie. I'm going to make sure that my piece is locked in. There we go. I got my coffee. I got a shower in right before. Oh,
Really?
man. I've been working all weekend again.
I saw that. What you been working on, homie?
My website, homie. Oh, my God. Why you got to make me big and stuff? Hey, guys. What's up? Sister Chat's in the house.
Sister Chat, what's going on?
I've been working on my website. So, yeah. What'd you think, buddy?
All right.
That sucked.
Should people look at it? What's up, Heidi? How's
Just
it going,
look at it.
Abstra? Haley Beth.
Just look at it.
Hey, Haley Beth, they have a special request for the hand hearts today, and they want to use the one that's like this, that's like a little bit, or so here, let me see if I can show you. I'm gonna click on Haley, and then we're gonna go, and this is the symbol we're gonna use for the ladies of Sister Chat today. Right there.
Nice.
There you go.
Now, what did you
Haley
type
Beth.
in to find that? Do you know?
I
was it
just
just
scrolled
there
down to where
already?
the hand signs and stuff are. It's already there. Yeah,
All right.
that's it. The
For
ladies
sure,
of
dude.
Sister Chat dropped it in there. So, yeah, man, I took a cursory look. I looked at it as a fan. I didn't look at it as a critic, so I'll have to go back and look at
Oh.
it again. You know what I mean?
Oh,
and
please.
see
Please
if I
do.
can tear it apart and do what I do.
Yeah.
But hey, Amberly, how
Well,
are you doing?
I hadn't updated it since I put it up like a couple of years ago, pretty much.
Dude, there's
and,
no guitars on mine.
But
get
there's
it.
about to be, homie. I'm having dreams of carving that guitar. I'm gonna send you a picture if I haven't already, so we can get it rolling. Anyway, you guys, I'm
Heard
gonna hurry up because this is his show. Make sure you go check out chadrevart.com. It just got a complete overhaul, and it has my woodworking stuff, and it actually has some pictures and video of this mahogany piece that you guys haven't seen, as well as its name. If you want to know the name, you can go look. Now, here's something else you need to know again.
Yes.
There was a shirt that I thought has been for sale for a long time on my merch, and it has not been. So, today, I made it available. And it is really cool. It just simply says Chad Rev Art, and then it has a giant QR code. So if people scan it, it takes them right to my .com. And I would like to make a special announcement. The first 6 people that order that shirt and take a picture of themselves in public and post it and tag me in it, I will send you a free print. Because that is nothing other than a artist support shirt. There's no art on it other than, it says Chad Rev Art. So I mean the word art is in fact on it. So yeah, make sure to do that. Also, Thursday I'm dropping a brand new shirt. We're gonna do the fall edition for the Chad Rev Art merch. And it's probably the best one yet. Don't tell again what we're doing Friday night. Keep it a surprise. Haley Beth, my lips are sealed, dear. I have not told a soul.
Oh boy. Keeping secrets, Haley Beth? Are we keeping secrets now? Well, for that, we're going to shrink
Take
them.
over your
You get
show.
shrunk for that, Haley. You
Yeah,
just got
take your show
Chad
back.
shrunk. Look at that. Look, you got him shrunk, Haley.
Hey, you remember that really old Superman movie where they locked the villains in the mirrors?
Yes.
Kind of
Yes.
felt like that sometimes in these windows.
Yeah, me too, man. I totally get it. I'm wondering if I'm gonna get spinning off into space. So, folks, our regulars, our moderators, our friends that are in here, I'd like to say a couple things to you guys. Scorpion Lotus 50 Backup is one of our featured guests tonight. Of course, Sister Chat, the King of New Orleans, or King of New Orleans. He is important. Please make sure to give him a follow. He's a good human being we've never met, but the ladies of Sister Chat have a lot of respect for that man, which means I have a lot of respect for that man.
Who is it? Who is it again? One more time?
The King of New Orleans.
Okay, I'm looking for him.
He has a show that is part of the reason
Right
Sister
there.
Chat exists.
All right, I got you, King.
So, please pick up the King of New Orleans, everybody. Please pick up Sister Chat. You see Reese in the chat. She is also one of our featured guests. Please show some love to Reese if you're a regular. Hello, Burnt Diva. Much love to you, sister. Haley
Diva.
Beth is our
Love that
favorite
postie.
moderator. She's running things in the chat and keeping
Always.
secrets, apparently. What's up, Bakken? Good to see you.
You're good,
So,
secrets.
Scorpion Lotus Rizzy is what I was calling her, but her name is Reese, and it's right in the handle there. So don't make the same mistake I did. For 2 hours last
my
night,
gosh.
I called her Rizzy, and then they were finally very politely were like, hey, her name's actually Reese. So please make sure you call her Reese. She's an amazing human being. I'm lucky that she's here
Already got
today.
you, Reese.
Jeff, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for stopping
He
through.
doesn't
Hey,
hear
y'all,
with me.
we got Max V in the chat.
Max
And,
V, what up, dude?
He does a morning show most days. Hey, Melissa. Sometimes
Wednesday,
I've seen
Friday.
him on, I believe, in the afternoon. Sometimes too. He may have been just trying to get his hours in. But please check out our friend Max V. Chad and I have known him for a long time. So Chad's known him a lot longer than I have. But he's a friend of the show. So please give him your love. Eric the Airbrush Artist. We're going to start the announcements with him on the 7th of next month, which is September, on a Saturday at 7 p.m. Now, that 7 p.m. is Pacific Standard Time, so that's 4 p.m. for us normal people. And he's doing an airbrush show with Dirty, 530, and Flex. The three of them are going to be doing some airbrush stuff, and then after that, they're going to be doing some maybe talking with the folks in the audience. So check that out. I would also like to say again.
I just told Eric he had to be there to heckle him.
I heard that. Tweets 10A is in the chat. Tweets is also one of the members of Sister Chat, so please give her a follow. If nothing else, I hope that the ladies from Sister Chat and the King of New Orleans leave with a few follows. Thank you for stopping in, Bakken. We appreciate you.
Jeff, send me some
Mondo's
links.
artist in the house. Appreciate you, Mondo. Mondo's an amazing content creator and artist. So turn on your notifications for Mondo, please. Melissa, good to see you. It looks like we've got the majority of the ladies from Sister Chat in the house already. Thank you, all of you ladies, for joining us. It looks like Chocolate Minds is in the house too. Please give Chocolate Minds a follow. Chocolate Minds is also one of the men who are instrumental in the formation of the idea of Sister Chat. The ladies from Sister Chat used to hang out with Chocolate Minds and the King of New Orleans, and they were doing a show predominantly about men's issues and that kind of thing. And the ladies of Lady Chat were the women that these men reached out to have conversations with, if that tells you anything. So please show some love and respect for both of those men. And anybody else that you see in the chat that you don't recognize. Flex Flair in the house.
What up?
The moderators, to the moderators specifically, in our mod group, I sent out some information to you. These ladies are all veterans. They've been on various social media platforms over the years. And, you know, as Chad and I have learned, if you do that, you're going to collect some haters. Hey, Tiffany. Devlin313 in the house is... I got you. I keep saying King of New Orleans. King of Spades. King of Spades was instrumental. I got that mixed up. My bad, guys. Either way, give them both a follow. Devlin313, who is in the house, has been a guest on the Gin Project show. She is a poet, amazing human being. A lot of you might know her. You may not know that she is a member of Sister Chat. SA Artistries is in the house. Please turn on your notifications for SA Artistry. She does a Sunday show called Weekend Woosaw, and it's pretty cool. Check her out. Chip76, good to see you.
Man, you guys think I'm having spasms over here. It's because I have like 3 mosquitoes right here in my studio with me, and I'm trying to kill them, but it's not happening. And I think I've already picked up like 5 bites.
Pretty soon he'll be dry, y'all. He'll be a mummy here in a minute.
Already.
Sister Chat, I see King in the chat. I believe I misidentified someone. I believe King might have been the person that had the show that Sister Chat is kind of based on. Italo is in the house.
Welcome in, King. Uncle Knowing, Italo.
Italo in the house. Yeah, we got Sunday Woosaw. Hard to think with the echo in my brain, bro. So, what I would like the moderators to do, what I was trying to say is, the moderators, I sent you some information today. If you find anything that was disseminated in that information show up, please do what you do. The rest of these names are folks that are here to support the ladies of Sister Chat. So let's please try to give them follows and some love. And because we want to give them follows and some love, please be prudent on that other information. So if any of those folks show up, bounce them if they start acting foolish. So, ladies of Sister Chat, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Chad. There you go.
Ass. That was funny.
So, for the first time ever, y'all got to witness me actually muting Chad. How's it going, Tyler? So, thank you, Italo. The reason I wanted to say that, though, is like I said, these ladies talk about topics that are real serious topics a lot of the time, and people get offended, and there's people on this planet that if you don't absolutely agree with them 100% of the time, they lose their minds. And these women have to deal with people who have lost their damn mind. So I disseminated information to the moderators to let those folks know who those people might be, and should they show up in this live starting shit, they will get bounced immediately, and I will not apologize. So welcome in, everybody. Appreciate the new folks that have joined us and are hanging out. Normally what we do at the beginning of this show is we make a bunch of announcements and try to shout out a bunch of different people. So I'm going to try to do that really quickly right now. There's also a couple things I would like to talk about before we bring the ladies of Lady Chat on. So I'm going to try to condense this all in a real short version. If you don't get shouted out today, I apologize. Sometimes it's not going to happen. 2 things. 1, keep sending me your shout out. Send me the time of the shows that you have and what you have going on, and I'll add it to this ever-growing list of shout outs, and we'll try to get you on. Even if I don't get you on during the Gin Project show, I often refer to this list during my flow states and usually take a few minutes and try to go through it during flow states, which often have quite a few viewers out there. So keep sending that to me, and I will make sure to shout you out as often as I can. A lot of times I try to do it naturally. If you come in or if something comes up, then I'll try to shout you out at that point. The other thing is there's an ever-growing list of folks that would like to be on Chad's show. So if you would like to be on the window, please get in touch with the guy that does the window, which is Chad Rev Art. So please reach out to Chad Rev if you'd like your opportunity to be in the window. I have zero control over who's in the window. I'm sure that if I went to Chad and was like, hey, buddy, I really wish you'd put this person on. Would you please do me a favor? He probably would. But it's his show. I try not to do that. So please send your request to be on the window to the guy that does the window.
Are they requesting you now? Are they asking you to be on the window?
Well, not necessarily. It's just, they're looking for information, trying to figure it out or whatever. And I don't have a problem with that at all. But that's the guy right there that does the window. Hit him up. He loves it. He loves it when you hit him up. Also, there's an ever-growing list of people who would like to either collaborate on a guitar or purchase a guitar. And that is absolutely wonderful. And I'm blown away by the response. However, let me just say this. Chad Rev Art is carving one. SA Artistries is painting one. Eric the Airbrush Artist will be painting one. The one Bob Not So Ross is doing is his. He's already got all the other parts for it. My buddy Jason Hansen is going to be wood burning one. And there's a couple people out there floating around that may end up getting a guitar. We'll see what happens. But those are collaborative projects. And those guitars will be done whenever they're done. I don't know how long it's going to take Chad to carve whatever he's dreamed up, and I also don't know how to price that. So I don't have prices available for guitars that aren't made yet, and I don't have any laying around available that you could buy today. If you would like a guitar like the one right behind me, the only thing I made was the body. I milled my own lumber, air dried the lumber, and then made the body. That's birch. That actual guitar weighs 10 pounds, so we might want to shave it down a little bit. But if you would like, and it sustains, if you would like a guitar, please hit me up. Just don't be offended when I tell you that it could be a year or two before you get one. Because unless you buy one of this first batch, I don't know when the next batch is going to come. So if you would like to collaborate on a guitar, reach out to me. I'll put your name on the list, and the way that works is if I come across a project or somebody has a request for a guitar and it makes sense that what you do would fit what they want, then I'll reach out to you. But just because you're a wood burner and I need a wood burning don't necessarily mean you're the person that I'm going to send a guitar to. I've been researching this for as long as I've been on TikTok, and the people that have guitars because I wanted them to have guitars. So not trying to be rude, but I can't send a guitar to everybody that wants to collaborate. It just doesn't work that way. So if you're frustrated because you reached out to me and you wanted to collaborate on a guitar and I didn't immediately say yes, I'll send you one tomorrow, then I can't apologize to you because that's just the way it works. So, in fact, if you complain about it, you'll probably go to the bottom of the list. There's enough people requesting them that if you're a pain in the ass about it, you're probably not going to get one. So, those are the housekeeping announcements. Chad Rev Art has updated his website. If you would, please go check it out. I believe you can get to his website through my link tree. Or does that just take them to merch? I'm not sure at this point.
I'm not sure.
But please, you just made the list. Please go check out Chad Rev Art's website and look at the new work that he's done, the sculpting work that he's done, and the images he's taken of it. It's good stuff. I know a bunch of our friends have joined the chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being here. It's awesome to see you. Sorry if I didn't shout you out, Uncle Knowing. There's always, which brings me to the next topic that I would like to talk about, which is why I'm not doing a bunch of shout outs tonight, is that I wanted to have the ladies of Sistah chat on because I think they're serious people doing serious work. And for those of you that haven't figured it out yet, I'm kind of about that. I get it. There are folks on here that come on this platform just as a release, just to hang out, just a way to decompress. And that's all cool. But that's not really what Chad and I are doing here. We do some of that. We try to do that here. But this is also a venue to where me personally, I try to support the art community. So one of the ways that you can do that is just step outside of your comfort zone. Try to do something in another art, maybe. So I tried that, and I had a wonderful experience this past Saturday. And you might see behind me my version of Elliot, Pete's Dragon. And I chose that subject matter because my mother took me to see that movie when I was a kid. This is in the 70s, way before most of y'all were born. But it's a particularly good memory, and I thought it would be funny because Eve's artistry taught me through that. That's the very first time I've ever tried in my life to paint anything other than a house or a room or a car or something, as far as artwork, and it's done with acrylics. But I subscribed to Eve's Artistry, and 6 months worth of continuous subscriptions won me a free lesson. And so she sat down with me Saturday night. The poor thing, it took me 6 hours to do that, believe it or not. Y'all probably could have done it in an hour or two. But
that's like my speed.
As uncomfortable as it was learning how to paint on a live in front of everyone, it was also a wonderful experience because there are some amazingly supportive people, and we had a lot of laughs, and I learned a great deal. And that was part of the reason that I wanted to do it, because I wanted to. Chad's my friend. He's a painter. Eve's my friend. She's a painter. Most of these people behind me are people that are, I would consider my friend, and they're painters. So I wanted to try it just to kind of see what they go through. And there you have it. Hanson, what's up, Ambassador? Good to see you, brother. So that's the product, and I would encourage you to reach out to someone like Eve. This is Eve's Artistry's work right here. And she also just does lessons, individual lessons. Now, to give you an idea of what you're getting, when she did this, thank you, Ambassador, I appreciate you, brother. When she did this, when I did this with her, she actually did one before we actually did the lesson. And she put up a YouTube video of her making a Pete the Dragon from scratch, or I'm sorry, an Elliot the Dragon from scratch. And I was able to watch that video, and then when we did our live, I at least had some understanding of where we were going and what we were going to try to do. So she is serious about what she does, but she's a lot of fun doing it. She's an amazing human being. I'm proud to call her my friend. She's been a featured guest. So please consider trying something new. Reach out. Find one of the ladies that crochet. Do something like that. The next project that I'm working on, if Wafty is still willing to help me, because it's been about a month or two since we've talked about it, but Wafty Lama is going to help me finish a poem that I've started, and we're going to go over together and present in one of the poetry venues that like Lady Shines does, or Primal Poetry, and folks like that. So I would just encourage you to try to go out, collaborate with other artists. All of these guitars that I'm working on are collaborations with people from TikTok. Every single one of the ones that you've seen me working on lives are collaborations with folks on TikTok. So one of the ways that we can help each other, one of the ways that, in my opinion, we can grow as an artist community is if we put ourselves out there and try to do things to learn about some of the other folks in the artist community and what they're doing and what they're about. So hopefully other people will follow along and do the same thing, because for me it was a great experience. I had a great time. I would encourage other folks to do it. I also know my lane. I'm not a carver. Somebody wants me to do some carving, I send them to this guy. I don't have any plans to become a painter, but every once in a while I might do a painting and it might be fun, and who knows, we might be able to raise a little money doing it or something like that. So just consider maybe going outside of your comfort zone, which is what the ladies that are going to be coming up in a few minutes do frequently. The subjects that they talk about are all across the board, but most of the time they're not easy subjects to talk about. And I think it is important work. And I think they have taken a hell of a lot of heat for a hell of a long time because they're doing important work. If you're doing something the right way, I'm learning you're gonna come up with some haters, and these ladies have some haters. So, and it is because they talk about serious issues, and when you talk about serious issues, unserious people get their feelings hurt. That's just my opinion, but from my 53 years of experience, when you're talking to someone who wants to pretend to be serious but isn't actually serious, they get their feelings hurt in real conversations, because ultimately it has to be about them. It can't be about what you were talking about. So let's please not make that same mistake with these ladies today. It's going to be a little bit of a different format because the most we've ever had on as guests is 2, because we really place a premium on focusing on the person that is the featured guest usually. In fact, Chad and I have both taken flack for that because people don't understand why we don't just bring people up in boxes during the middle of a structured show. So we still have people that don't understand why we're not bringing them up right now. I don't mean it's happening right now. I just mean in general terms. So please put your tray tables and seat backs in the upright position. And the serious folks, the grown-ups, are about to take the stage. It is not negotiable. They will be treated with respect. If there is even a semblance of anything other than that, I will personally throw your ass out. So I don't care if that's Chad. I'll throw his ass out too. So all the way down the list, let's please take care of these folks. Hey, Angel Tony, there is she is going to be a guest here coming in a few weeks. She is another person out there doing big things. So thank you, everybody. I see you, Eric. I see you, Eric, the airbrush artist. Appreciate you, brother. You know what to do. I appreciate everybody being here, and I appreciate Chad being here. I appreciate all the moderators being here. I know we're doing a little different today, but I wanted to set the stage for these ladies because, it takes a certain, courage gets thrown around a lot these days. That word courage does. And these ladies are courageous because, when you're talking about women's issues and men's issues and how those evolve and where the problem areas are in those dynamics, just to use that as an example, you're in some treacherous waters in a lot of people's world. So I think it's important that folks are out there talking about the real thing. You can take the other side. Another version of it would be our buddy Hanson, Jason Hanson and Kiki. If you catch them late at night, Southern Gothic and Jason Hanson, you're going to get the full-blown, unadulterated version of things. Now, here's the truth. I'm going to let y'all in on a little secret. I love Kiki and I love some Jason Hanson, but I actually disagree with them on quite a bit of shit. And that's okay. I love them. They're my friends. And it's okay to disagree with people. You don't have to hate someone just because you don't agree with them. If somebody has a different opinion than yours, they may not be the devil. They might just disagree with you. So hopefully I've set the stage. We're going to go in a little bit different order. We're going to bring all 5 ladies up just to let Chad, the mods, know. We're going to bring all 5 ladies up. Haley, you can go ahead and start doing that now. Miss Betty Jean and Devlin and the rest. We're going to take a little extra time to make sure everybody's mics are working, and for those that are going to turn on their cameras, that their cameras are working. And then I'll start making sure I do a little bit of an introduction, which I've already done. Haley or any other moderators, please start sending up the ladies from Sister Chat, which include Sister Chat account itself, Devlin313. We've got, I'm just looking at who's in here at the moment. There we go. We got them coming. Hello, ladies.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. We need to get
Art.
Hi.
And without the hat. Oh, goodness.
Hello.
Come on,
Miss
rocker
Tweets.
hair.
We need to get Reese.
Reese and Scorpion Lotus.
Yes, and Devlin. I know this
Yes,
is
sir.
a little out of sync. We're going to switch right to Miss Jean, but I know your mic is working. So while the other ladies are joining us, would you please help me correct? I was calling out the King of New Orleans as one of the people that you were talking to me about last night, and I owe you an apology before we've even started. I got confused on that because we got two kings in
It's
the house,
okay.
so that's my bad. So could you please clarify for the folks?
So we all met through the King of Spades platform here on TikTok. I believe I saw him in the room, but I was briefly glancing. So he's here, as well as this, my buddy right there. Hey, buddy, Chocolate Minds 68, who was host of Brothers Corner, which is a different on a different platform called Clapper.
Got you. Thank you for that clarification, and please forgive me confusing the audience right out of the gates. That was my bad. I'm going to go down the list here. We know Miss Devlin's mic works. Miss Jean, how are you doing today?
I am wonderful. How's everybody?
Lovely. It is so great of you to join
Excellent.
us. We really appreciate you being here. Miss Tweets, can we hear you?
Yes. Hi.
Oh, you beautiful human being. I love that smile. Look, she just made our whole day better right there. Thank you, Tweets, for joining us. Amazing of you to be here. Miss Scorpion, Miss Lotus, we got you.
Okay, cool. Lotus. Lotus is fine. Is that okay? Or do I need to be a little
Oh,
closer?
yeah, I got you. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you being here. And Miss Reese, it's not
Hello,
Reese, it's Reese.
everybody. It's
Thank
Reese.
you for joining us. Appreciate
Thank
your
you for
grace
having us.
and correcting me yesterday so kindly after 2 hours of calling your name the wrong name. So we're
It's
going to try to
okay,
do
thank
better
you.
here. Ladies, this is Chad Rev Art down here. The gentleman I was talking about a little bit yesterday, co-host, one of my favorite people on the planet, and you're in good hands with this man right here. So thank y'all
Welcome
all for
in,
joining
everyone.
us.
Thank you.
Mr. Rev Art, do you have any introductions you would like to make or anything you would like to say to the ladies?
Oh, thank you so much. This is like he said, the biggest panel we've had in here. I'm looking forward to everything. But thank you so much for gracing us with your presence, ladies. Much appreciated.
You're great.
Absolutely.
Chad Rev Art.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna start out. Let me start out. I'll start out first, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put Miss Jean in the big box here pretty quickly, who is in the box marked Sistah Chat. She's in the official Sistah Chat ride today. So, we're gonna bring her into the bigger box, and she's gonna start us out on this Sistah Chat journey. But in the conversation with you ladies yesterday, I learned some things. And one of the things that I learned was you're doing a public service. This has a lot to do with helping of recognizing the need in your community and filling that role, as it is that y'all are all very humble ladies, and you all were like, oh, it's good for me, and I blah, 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 whatever. But the truth is y'all are providing a public service, and y'all are putting yourself out front in a world where not a lot of people are doing that are competent. There's a lot of folks that like to be out front. There's a far fewer folks, in my opinion, that like to be out front or willing. Let me change that. Y'all don't even like to be out front. Y'all are willing to be out front because there's a need. And I hope that if the folks that follow this show don't learn anything else about you, it's that this really ain't about y'all. It's bigger than y'all. And this is about the world we live in and how we interact with each other and how we treat each other. And I would like to tell you, ladies, something before you come on here. I received a message this morning from someone that follows our shows. And they articulated to me that they were almost at the end of their rope. They were pretty close to giving up on things. And the space that we create, they found, and it is such an inspiration to them that they are still with us, and they even reach out to me to say such things, and that happened again today, this morning. So the reason I'm relaying that to you is you feel space that matters. Hurt people, but they also hurt themselves. So I personally probably see you ladies a little differently than some of the folks that are on here just having fun, because I understand some of the blowback that comes with being willing to step out there and say some things. I'm not at all trying to put me or Chad in the same category as you ladies. I'm just saying that we have some inkling of understanding a little bit, just a touch, like the like the thing we're using today, of what y'all must go through. So I just wanted to publicly acknowledge you, acknowledge the role that you feel, acknowledge that, in my opinion, it should be respected, and it is important, and it is needed, and you pay a heavy price for being willing to do it. So, Miss Jean, I'm going to try to expand you, and the entire class of the whole room just raised. So thank you for being with us. Miss Jean is going to start us out on this journey, let us know a little bit about herself, and then she is going to let us know a little bit about how Sister Chat came to be. Thank you so much, Miss Jean.
Hi, everybody. Thank you again. First and foremost, we need to thank you. Thank you so very much for having us on. We are all so excited, a little bit nervous, but we are excited to be here. Absolutely. Just when Tweets came to us and said, hey, Bubba, said that you wanted to do this, we were just all giddy and like, yes, we need to do this. So, and, we were taking a small break. And so this was a great way for us to kick back off everything. So a little bit about me, just not a whole lot. I am a painter, an artist. So I kind of do that a little bit here and there. One of the biggest things that brought us together eventually was once we got to looking at and knowing that each one of us, there is a creative aura with every single one of us, a vibe of an energy, and it is something that we each play off of a lot, but mostly it's a for me, I feel like it's a kind of a little fascinating story. King of Spades, who just came in, we all met through his live. He did a live, and he is actually, I think he's planning on coming back here soon, but he did a live every single morning at 9 o'clock, and we all somehow or another ended up in his live. And so, at listening to him, and of course we're making comments, some of us would be up in the box and everything else. And so by making comments and being in the box with each other as his guest, we got to know each other. Another one that Devlin mentioned earlier, Chocolate Mine 68. He had a program on another app called Brothers Corner. Well, in King's Live, just about every day, but every so often he would have a group of men come in. and we all ended up following, and Tony, several of the other people that are in the chat, we all ended up following each other. And one of the other men wanted to create a platform on Discord. And so we all went kind of over there, and we would have just chats amongst the ladies. Sometimes the guys would come in, but for the majority, it was us ladies, and the five of us and a couple of others are what is. I don't want to say. Well, yeah, we are what is left of that group, and after, I don't know, 6 months, a year, we were, as we said last night from Chocolate Mines, a couple of us were voluntold that we needed to do a women's version of Brothers Corner. So that is how we came together. And there are other people that's going to talk just a little bit about that. So I'm going to allow them to do that. I don't, yes, Devlin, voluntold. We were voluntold that we needed and were basically expected to take the reins on the women's version of Brothers Corner. And from that grew Sister Chat, and from that has grown a sisterhood. We not only get on this app once a week and do a live, and we do talk about some serious topics. And there are days, every once in a while, we'll take a Saturday and we're like, you know what? It's been kind of heavy for the last couple of weeks. We gonna just play a game or do a trivia or something like that. Just something light, loosen it up every once in a while. But and this is something, this is the point that I really want to make in introducing us, is through these men, they brought together a group of women that really, truly, we strive, none of us are perfect, we strive to kind of bridge that gap, all of the negative stuff that's going on, that you hear about the men and women in relationships and all of that. And we are trying to bridge that gap. You have got 5 women who are in our later years, mid to later years. We are, and you will hear us say this every once in a while, we are not counselors, we are not certified, trained, or anything like that. We are 5 women from different parts of the United States, from very, very different backgrounds that have lived a life. And we draw from that experience. And that is really all that we do. And we get together once a week and we chat about a topic, whatever it is that we decide. And some of those topics are sent to us. Some of them we come up with on our own, but we truly, like I started to say a while ago, we do this once a week, but y'all need to understand, these ladies right here, I talk to them every single day. If we're not on the phone every day, we are in text. So it's not just we gonna get on Saturday afternoon and we're gonna talk for 3 hours and that's it. No, we see each other all the time. And one other thing that I want to touch on is, before I go to Reese, is the symbol that we have asked to be put in the chat. the ladies kind of made it clear last night that we needed to go ahead and kind of let everybody in on what that means. So what it is the symbol, this much. So when I was married to my husband, my ex-husband, he used to do this to me all the time. And he would tell me, if you go from your forefinger all the way around the universe and get it just as close as you can and touch your thumb, that is how much I love you. So he did that to me. We did it with our children. And so when I met this group of ladies, I told them, I said, if I ever put a heart and the little this much symbol, it means I love you this much. From my forefinger all the way through this great, huge universe, straight back to my thumb, I love you this much. So that is the reason for the this much symbol in the chat. And that is why you see me put it when I'm in live. You know, I may not be able to type something out or whatever. If I'm in the chat and somebody's live and I put a heart and a I love you this much. So that's it.
That's awesome. Except for the ex-husband part.
Well, and honestly, I mean, he's still a pretty good dude. So
Right on.
it's not
Right
that
on.
horrible.
I was just making sure. Like I'm trying to.
Yeah. He's a good dude. He really is. Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us and getting us started. And you're amazing. And we're gonna hear more from you soon.
Yes.
We're gonna turn it over to Miss Reese. And she is going to take us on the next part of the journey. So we're going to expand Miss Reese. We're going to thank Ms. Jean Kales for getting us in the introductory portions. Now we understand where Sister Chat came from, and Reese is going to tell us a little bit about in the house what Sister Chat is. Thank
Good
you for
evening,
joining
everybody.
us. It is our
Thank
honor
you
to
for
have
having
you here.
us. Thank you so much for having us. We are, as my sister Jean said, we are excited to be here to share not just Sister Chat with you, but to share our heart with you. And Sister Chat is an amazing place to learn, to grow, to share your story. We have created a space that is safe, that is non-judgmental, where we can talk about all kinds of topics, from the most serious topic to as lighthearted as you can be in a topic. And it is not a place where disrespect is tolerated, where chaos and arguing are tolerated, because we want people to be able to come in and have a conversation that is a two-way street where we share and dialogue, and we are open to learn. And as Jean said, you know, we are not therapists. We are a group of women. We are friends. We are sisters, and we draw on each other. We draw on our experiences in life. And if we pour that into the topic, people that are participating can gain an understanding they can get help, they can get wisdom with what they're going through. And change is not an easy thing. Reflection is not an easy thing. Accountability is not an easy thing. When you are looking at all of those things and you are taking responsibility for your actions and your conversations and your decisions, it is tough to get through those things by yourself. And if you can walk into Sister Chat on a Saturday and we're having a conversation that will cause a pivot in your mindset, because that's where change begins. Breaking down an old mindset that keeps you stagnant. It keeps you, I have to be mindful of my TikTok language, that keeps you stuck in a rut, going around and around and around. And you get to a point where you feel hopeless. You feel there's no way out. And you come in and have a conversation with women who have been there, or we know people who have been there. And you say, hey, if they got out of it, I can do it too. And we share with you our stories, our pains, our failures, our imperfections, and the way that we had to put in the work to accomplish those things. I am not saying by any stretch of the imagination that I am perfect. Through our work, we have created success in our lives. And we strive to not just stay in that place, but to keep pushing forward. And Sister Chat is a place for everyone to be able to do that. We express our love and heart and compassion for humanity. And I think, we've kind of lost some of that, remembering where we came from on our journey to where we're going. And we want to bring freedom and joy and peace and success and tools that other people can use to have freedom and joy and success and peace and abundance in their lives as well.
Well, it is working. It is working, Miss Reese. I feel the influence of Sister Chat daily. I know there's a need. The world is what it is, and people like you providing the space and opportunities that you're talking about, I think are exactly the prescription that is needed, even though none of us are therapists or psychologists or psychiatrists or any of that. I think we could all agree that there is a definite need. And I'm going to throw a little surprise out there too. I didn't talk to this with y'all because we didn't know how long everything was going to take. But Chad and I are going to be participants in a little example of this when we get to the point to the end where the introductions have been made and all of that. We're going to do a little bit of Sister Chat, and y'all are going to show us how it's done. Would that work? Would that be fair?
You got it.
Do that.
I thought, what better way to talk about Sister Chat than let the lady speak, and then Chad and I will be the guinea pigs, the men in the Sister Chat room, maybe to let them know it's okay. The men can come over there and hang out too, right? In fact,
Absolutely.
the men might need to come over there more than the women do, to be honest with you. I personally wish I could sit through every one of yours and just even if I just like listen through the FYP to where I could just listen to you talk, because y'all hit on some stuff that goes deep. So when you come over there with these ladies, come with an open heart and an open mind, because that's what they're gifting you. So if you come over there with the same in return, and you might actually find a warm embrace. If I'm understanding this correctly, we're going to Miss Tweets next.
We are.
Is that correct? And
That is correct.
okay. Ms. Tweets, if you are prepared, thank you so much for the introduction and for giving us the insight into what's going on with Sister Chat, Ms. Reese. Now we're going to bring
Thank
up
you.
Ms. Tweets. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And I'm going to embarrass Tweets a little bit here. Tweets doesn't know this, but I've had a conversation with my wife and with Kiki. Kiki is a person on this platform who's friends of mine, but Tweets is my new TikTok crush. I dig the way this lady gets down. Tweets is the person that in our meeting we talked about was going to be the rover, the person that took care of whatever needed to be taken care of, whatever subjects we forgot, whatever we didn't talk about. Whatever we kind of skimmed over, Miss Tweets was gonna be the one to swoop in and get us straight. So I appreciate you being here. I hope that I didn't embarrass you, and I have a lot of respect for you. Like I said, the show that you ladies are putting on is important work, and all of you are very important. But you the glue. You were described by the other women as the person that kind of holds everything together. So before we let you speak, we wanted to just shower a little praise on you. So if we could, would y'all please drop some of these little "we love you this much" signs in the chat for our dear lady Tweets? And even if you only do it because she's my new TikTok crush, but please drop in some "we love you this much" for Tweets, and don't forget to get some snapshots, because the chat isn't actually in the video. When we put it over on YouTube, it doesn't show up. So mods, every once in a while, get a picture of us if you don't mind, or a picture of the chat for these ladies. So Tweets, thank you for being here. Please correct anything that we've gotten wrong to this point, and take us the rest of the way on our journey. And like I said, Chad and I are gonna try to participate in a small version of Lady Chat if we have the time today, which I think we're going to. So with all that in mind, without further ado, the great Tweets, 10A.
Way to make a girl blush, I swear. Wow. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you guys had us up here. Really do appreciate it. So what can I say about Sister Chat that already hasn't been said? I love these ladies. I love these ladies to life. You know, they are not just a panel of women that are in all different walks of life that can find not only commonality, but find friendship and like a chosen family. So these are my sisters here, and I love them dearly. When we have conversations about what we would like to do for the show, do for our episodes. We try to be as thoughtful as possible and also think across the board. So it's not just looking at one perspective, it's looking at different angles. And when we talk about things as far as family, relationships, we incorporate things of our own experiences and then listen to others, because what we want to do is have conversations. There's not a whole lot of safe spaces to have conversations where you can disagree and still have respect for each other at the end of the day. And so having that sort of space will be able to at least hear the other side of the coin. And even if you don't agree, you can still meet in the middle somewhere because you're at least willing to have the conversation. People are too busy pointing fingers at each other. And that's what I like about Sister Chat, is that we can try to have thoughtful conversations even if it's uncomfortable. Because there are going to be conversations that is uncomfortable. There's a lot of things that are going on. And so in order to actually meet in the middle or get to a resolution somewhere, you have to be uncomfortable. So we do appreciate hearing other men come into the conversation like they have done when we were all introduced, because most of us, I think all of us met through a King of Spades and then Chocolate. And those were spaces that we can come into and listen and give our feedback when they allowed us to actually do it. But it gave that sort of space where we can be able to hear men's point of view on certain things, and then they can also hear our point of view. And that's what we really do need more, is actual conversations. So that is what Sister Chat is about in my perspective.
Beautiful. Beautifully done. Outstanding. And the three of you covered all. Now we do have to talk about Miss Scorpion down here. And to my understanding, in the meeting we had, Scorpion is like the special forces of the ladies group. Like she gets special missions. Is that accurate? Is that?
Yeah.
So, are we turning things over now to Miss Scorpion, or are we gonna put it in like grid boxes and have a conversation?
I think our Lotus Flower say something, right? My battle.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you board this flight, please be advised to put on your seatbelt. Pay attention to the exit signs to your left and your right. And please know that your oxygen mask will drop down in the event of an emergency. Because if you don't put on your oxygen mask, you won't be able to help anyone else. Ladies and gentlemen, Scorpion Lotus.
Really, that's what we're doing? That's what we're doing? Seriously?
Please put your tray tables and seat backs in the upright
come on.
position.
Y'all are already starting with the palm trees. Okay.
Absolutely.
And you're welcome.
The debauchery bus has arrived.
Excellent. Miss Lotus, thank you for having a great sense of humor. Thank you for being here. I didn't have the opportunity to speak with you yesterday. You were busy, which is understandable. So I am learning this all new as well. But let me say this. The ladies that you roll with think a lot of you. And I'm really grateful for you to be here. I know that you're busy. I appreciate your time. And thanks for letting us have a little fun.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Having all of us, because this was really something that we got excited about as a segue into our, back into Sister Chat starting in the month of September. But I'm the different one. We'll just say it that way. I'm the different one.
Understatement of the evening. Understatement of the evening.
Yeah, I'm the one that I might say anything, so I have to kind of be careful. I might say anything. So I do realize that you have a family show here, so I'm gonna do the best that I can to keep it at least
Yes, ma'am.
13.
Well, we did get you on after the 10 o'clock hours. The ladies did stall long enough to get it past that 10 o'clock hour. So.
Thank you. I appreciate this, sisters. Appreciate it. Well, I tell people, and the sisters have heard this story before, so I got on TikTok for stupid cat videos. I'm that crazy cat lady. So but I found King of Spades. And from King of Spades met the sisters that I have around me now. I'm the one with trust issues, but these 4 ladies here, I trust them implicitly. So I can be vulnerable around them. And that's the space that we try to give with Sister Chat, is give men and women an opportunity to be vulnerable in a setting where they can, express how they truly feel about whatever the subject is we're talking about, with no judgment-free zone. And so that's what we strive for. And I'm no artist or anything like that, but I do, my thing is saltwater coral. That's my thing. So I can build the shit out of an aquarium for you if that's what you want. But anyway.
Nice. That's amazing.
That's
I love it.
And then, of course, my Saturday night show, the Debauchery Motor Coach. That's where the I might say any damn thing. So, but I think that Sister Chat is needed. Sister Chat is something that's needed simply because it's very difficult to find somewhere you can express whatever that opinion is about whatever the topic is. So that's kind of how I feel about Sister Chat. That's where I'm at with it. These are my sisters. And they stuck with me now. They can't get rid of me. So
that's kind of Chad's situation with me. He's just kind of stuck with me now.
Yeah, King, you too. You stuck with me too. So that's just what it is.
Well, ladies, to my understanding, I'm going to switch this thing around so that we'll have 9 boxes. So you mentioned 2 gentlemen that were very influential. They're in the chat. You're welcome to send out invitations, or we will do that if you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and attempt to switch things around for us right now. And that didn't do it. So maybe I got to shrink mine first or something. Let's try that again. Multi-guest settings, fixed grid, 8 people.
Got to shrink you first.
So how do I shrink me? Let's see here.
Up in the,
Up in that.
Hey,
That was not
with that
the goal.
wonderful
Hi, everybody.
beard. Come
Just
on,
click
beard
that.
gang.
I know, look at that.
Chad, how's it going?
Hey,
I'm gonna have to send you some beard oil for your luscious beard.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
there you go.
All right,
Yes.
ladies,
My package arrives
apologies.
tomorrow afternoon. Woohoo!
There we go.
Oh, you'll have lots of body butter and sugar scrub and hair oil.
So
Yes, because she did not
Yes.
talk about herself.
we need to make sure
forgot.
that we get all of those in. Yes, maybe even before we get rolling, or maybe at the end when we're wrapping up, we make sure, because we want to get all of those in, and we have more people than we normally would. So we definitely want to get what each of you ladies are into, so people can check that out as well. So let's make sure we make time for that. So I know that Sister Chat usually goes for a little longer amount of time. And we usually try to wrap about 11 or 11:15, so that gives us roughly an hour. But my thought process was, I have a lot of respect for you ladies, and let me say this: the trust issue came up, and that was very pertinent. I'm going to share Chad and I's story just really quickly. When I first got on the platform, I pretty quickly was introduced by Haley and Tiffany to Chad, and we became fast friends. And he asked me to be the co-host on his show. Consequently, we started talking about me having a show. But we made a conscious decision that neither one of us would have normally made in my 53 years, and he's considerably younger than me, so in his less than 53 years. And that was, it usually takes each of us a couple years at least to kind of start getting to a point with somebody that we could kind of have a level of trust to talk about certain things. And he and I just had to make a conscious decision. Hey, if this is going to work, we can't see each other face to face. We can't, this ain't the reality we're in. So we're just going to take a chance. We're going to trust each other, and we're going to roll with it. And because we decided to do that, we are here today. To a large degree. And Chad has earned every moment of the trust that I've given him, and some. So had I stuck with what I had always done, I wouldn't have Chad Revard as one of my closest friends. And I wouldn't have people like S.A. Artistries and Painting at Tiffany's and Eric the Airbrush Artist and Cat Art and all of the people in the chat, the Goopies and a lot of the names you haven't even heard of. I wouldn't be friends with them and wouldn't know them if it were not for that decision to just put a little trust out there. So I see you ladies as the walking, talking embodiment of that, of exactly that, of providing a place where people could trust themselves to be themselves a little bit. So I didn't want to send any invitations that weren't wanted or welcome, but there's 2 empty boxes, ladies. If you chose to fill them, you are more than welcome to. We'll make that happen. If not, then ready, set, go, tweets. I'm teasing.
You did warn them about my kid's bedtime, right?
I did. 11 o'clock, we kind of wrap it up, and then by 11:15, I'm going to cut you off, even if you're still talking.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so if I dip
And
out...
these ladies have been up late already. They've all put in 10, 12-hour days already, so we're going to be all right.
Yeah, so no disrespect if I dip out. I'm a girl dad, and she needs daddy.
Got it. Absolutely.
So, I thought maybe we could discuss randomly the importance of trying to create spaces for folks in the times that we live in. I have found we had an experience today of someone reaching out to us saying that maybe what we're doing makes a difference to them. So I am reluctantly but ever so sincerely convinced that this is a place where you can actually impact people's lives in a positive way, as long as we're able to get around all the negativity, and we all have kind of strategies for that at this point, of how to deal with that. So maybe that would be a topic I could throw out there that we could talk about. Or maybe not.
No, because I think I touched on that just briefly. Actually, that it's a safe space, regardless of whether you agree with whatever we're talking about or not. It's a safe space for you to express what your opinion is or how you feel about whatever the hell it is we're talking about. And there's a void for that kind of space right now. There's a void for that. And I think that with Sister Chat, we can give people, I don't want to just say women, we can give people that opportunity.
Hey, bro.
Good evening. Good evening.
Welcome in.
Good evening, sir. It's a pleasure having you here. Thank you for joining us. It's very kind of
Oh,
you.
thank you. Thank you. I just came up, I just wanted to come up here and give my flowers to Sister Chat. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been knowing these young ladies for quite some time. I think I've known Jean the longest. Jean started back from me when I was about 4 years ago, when I was doing Late Night with King. So then it just sprung on to Coffee with King. But yeah, all these women I've met personally, great people, you know. So kudos to you guys doing your Sister Chat. You guys have been at it for a long time. I'm glad you guys started it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a beautiful thing. Genuine, again, same place. You know, I get in your asses sometimes. You know, I give y'all a hard time. I love it. But at the same time, hey, I love you guys and I want to see you guys succeed. So I appreciate you guys stepping up and making Sister Chat. I was very happy about that. So hope you guys continue to flourish in your journey. So that's all I wanted to tell you guys. I love you guys.
King.
Yes.
So I should also thank you then, because you know, part of the concept, part of the idea of trying to, or understanding that we need to create these spaces for folks, obviously had a genesis in what you were doing long before I ever met you or knew you, or and still just today get to actually have a brief conversation with you. So what was it that precipitated that? What made you gentlemen, you and Chocolate, decide that this was something that needed to happen? Because Chad and I, in a weird way, kind of came to a similar conclusion, obviously much later, not even realizing that, like, you know, this has already been done, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. I just woke up one day and you know, being on social media, you see a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very observant to what's going on. I'm like a sponge. I absorb stuff. So when I saw that men didn't have a safe space, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna get on here and just talk men shit, and don't care who gets offended by it, whatever, because there's always been a safe space for women. So my platform was to create a safe place for men, you know? And so I always talked about men shit, but we go through how we think and everything else, just giving the women a taste of what men think, because nobody's saying anything. So I decided myself and said, you know what? Hey, I'll go out here and just speak my mind and tell my experience. And I'm very transparent about my life, you know? So, you know, being a man, I mean, that's how I met all of these, you know, all of these young women here. You know, they came in my life, and I did a platform. I made it a platform for women to come in here and speak their mind and say how they feel and what they're missing from men and everything else. And I allow men to come up there and do the exact same thing. And then some days we'll mesh, you know, have a conversation, you know, because we're scared to talk about the hard stuff. See, that's the whole thing with all of this. Nobody want to talk about the real shit right up front of what's going on. So this is the best way to do it. Let's talk about the real stuff, you know? And I call out guys and I call out women on the bullshit. And that's how my platform was created. It just took off. And so it was amazing. But I did have to take some time off because, you know, I've been through a lot in my life, you know, mental status, and I'm all about men's mental health. So when I don't feel right, I step back. And these young ladies will tell you, when I step back, I step back. Because I have to be okay to give you the wisdom that I have. And if I'm not okay to do so, I can't talk about it. So yeah, I like I said, men are everything, but I love my women. I give them the opportunity to listen to what we go through so they can get a better understanding, so they can understand their man, their husband. You know what I'm saying? Like I like I'm not the one that like flowers. You know what I'm saying? I don't like, people saying, oh, King, you did this for me and everything else. But I've had people come in my lives and tell me I saved their life, I saved their marriages, I saved their relationship with their boyfriends and everything else, because they get the better understanding how to treat their boyfriend or their husband to understand them. Because most men, I'm 49, and you're from the Gen X area. We was taught to be hardcore, but I found out that that's not how we're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're human beings. So going to therapy and everything else, taking the time to, create myself and live within myself. And I said that, what, I was going to always live my true life. And if you didn't like it, that's a you problem. I'm doing what makes me happy. You do what makes you happy, I'm fine with it. But if I'm doing something that makes me happy, don't bitch about it. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy it, respect it, And I tell women all the time, respect men. Men, respect women. If we can't communicate, we doing all the other dirty stuff, why can't we communicate? It's simple. But we make it hard for ourselves. So, and that's how I met these young ladies. They came in my life, and I remember when Tweets first came in my life, and I talked to her, gave her the real shit. Jean the same way. Everybody know I just give you the real shit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna tell you up front what it is. Like, you want to hear something funny? Like Reese right here. I love this story. We were at an event, and I haven't eaten all night, right? So I grab a piece of chicken real quick. Reese come up to me and was like, hey, can I get a piece of chicken? I was like, fuck no. You can't have none of my chicken. I said, like, how the fuck are you going to ask me for my chicken? You know what I'm saying? But that is just who I am, Like, I love her to death, but that's just me, Like,
you're going to be hungry.
You really got to see who I really am. You know what I'm saying? You met me on TikTok. Now you're about to see in real life what it's about. Okay? It's just what it is.
Because, baby, bring your own food, okay?
Yeah. That's all it was,
That's all. Just bring your own food. And don't ask for the last chicken wing, okay?
There you go.
Don't ask for the last one. So I might have stood a chance if it wasn't the last one.
Right.
But
yeah,
bring your own food, okay?
Yeah. I remember when I met Tweets, man, her ass was fucking tall as fuck. I was like, it was like, girl,
And
you got
it
nothing
still
but
is.
legs. Legs for days. I'm taking a picture to her. I'm looking up at her like, damn, wait a minute. I'm like, sure.
Because we're the same height, but with heels, I'm just like, hi.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Jean, oh my gosh. Ooh, going down to South Carolina to go meet Jean, man, that was fun. That was definitely a fun weekend for her birthday. We did it for her birthday. So yeah, it was really, really fun. And then Devlin, yeah, I met Devlin, and yeah, she shocked me on a lot of shit. I'll tell you that much. But I saw it.
You're welcome.
But it was like, damn,
You're welcome.
Raw dog it right now. I thought she was like real quiet, but then we was at the event and some people were talking in the back and shit. She was like, look, I'm up here now. Y'all can sit the conversation shit, I was like, oh my goodness gracious. That's what I'm talking
Look
about.
at here. I'm Detroit for real. Not the suburbs. I'm Detroit for real. Now,
But I love that shit. I was like, ooh, I like that. Where'd that come from? Because she's so quiet.
it was my
She
special
don't never show her
day.
face. And I'm like, okay, but when I heard that shit, I was like, oh damn, okay, oh damn, let me touch my pearls. Hold on.
It was my special day. They were not gonna ruin my special day. That was my first time ever on mic, and I wanted everybody to hear me because I didn't know that I was gonna do it ever again. So hush your mouth, sit down, and you're gonna get this poetry.
See? See what I'm saying? So yeah, but that's what. See, I love how they are. They are themselves. They are who they are, and that's why.
But then
I love
after
them.
that, I was quiet again. I was
You know?
quiet again.
Yeah, that's why I love them, because they who they are. You know, and that's who I like to deal with. Be who you are. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Don't give me somebody fake. Don't give me somebody phony. Don't give me what you think I want. Just be who you are, so I can know how to deal with you.
Fair enough. Be who you are, so I know how to deal with you. I like that.
If,
So, King, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. If you would stay as long as you like with us. Maybe
I'm
that's
down
great.
here, and I'm gonna let them take the motherfucking show and let them girls, let my girls do. I'm proud of you guys. That's all. I just wanted to come up and tell you that I'm proud of you guys.
Love you, Bubba.
Thank you.
You, we love you.
We love you.
Thank you for showing up. Really appreciate it. They had a lot of nice things to say about you, so thank you for coming through for them. So, ladies, let's just talk about the big picture here. Let's do a little sister chat, right? So, what is the one or two top topics, that most important topics that maybe y'all have talked about, since you got a couple men? Chad and I are ever on a quest, trying to get better, trying to improve, trying to figure out the rules of the game. Y'all gave an example of, we're old school, we're Gen X, so we might hold the door for you. And I've had women be pissed off at me because I held the door for them, and I was just standing there. Y'all told that story. We talked about that. But I've had that experience, actually. I didn't say anything in the meeting, but just as an example, what is it? What are some of the things that maybe are misunderstood or that men and women get wrong?
First off, I really honestly think that, and I realize that men get mouth from women about opening up doors. And I know that it's hard to continuously hear that. Please don't stop that. There are women out here who still love that. A man opens the door for me and I'm just like beside myself, because very few do it anymore. And I honestly believe they don't do it anymore because of the women who will, I can open my own door. Okay, well, bitch, open your own door. Fine.
That part. You open your door, but as for me and my wrist is broken. Is that what April Mason said? My wrist is broke.
My wrist is broken. And I'm going to tell you what, one of the things, when King was up here just now, and I'm pretty sure every woman in this box can attest to this. He said he came down south for my birthday. I did not touch a door the whole time he was here. And I know these ladies can say the same when they were in his presence. And if it wasn't him, it was the other men that were around them. That I don't believe, unless y'all were by yourselves, y'all touched the door the whole time y'all were there, correct?
I think I tried to, and it was like, what are you doing?
And you got your hands smacked with you.
What are you doing? Don't touch the door.
Pretty much. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was driving my own car and I was still put into my car.
Mm-hmm. And that's
Either
one
by
thing
King, Man Code, or Divino, it didn't matter. There are real gentlemen out here, and if we keep shooting them down when they are being gentlemen, then you can't complain that there aren't any in your presence.
that part.
Right. And you just let them. I was telling I told the ladies one time I was thinking about King when this happened. So when I was in Atlanta and I was going to go and pick up get some gas, I went to go and touch the door, and the guy was coming out, and he just went, even though his hand was full, and I took my hand off the handle, like almost like, oh, understood. He opened up the door, and I said, thank you. He said, you're welcome. Like, don't you touch that door. And I thought that shit was so funny because, like, instantaneously, it was just kind of like, oh, got it.
I did something wrong. I did something wrong.
Right?
And we all know that look. Every single one of us.
Yes. Yes. I've had so many instances of, door holding, and this is funny but not funny. Gentleman was holding the door for me, and I'm approaching the door. Another man cut me off to walk in the door that the other gentleman was holding. And me and the gentleman just looked at each other, and I told him, I said, thank you. And he was with the guy that cut me off, and he was reading him the business when he got through the door. He was like, what, did you not see her? What did you think I was holding the door for you? Because I wasn't. So yes, chivalry is still alive. Chivalry is still well, and we have to show appreciation. It is not an independent, that was a conversation, independent. Self-sufficient and independent are different.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chad and
And the two get mixed up,
right, you're right.
which can create friction, misunderstanding. And you mentioned what is one of the topics. I think that men and women can be saying the same thing, but they're not hearing because they're talking at instead of to or with.
That's another great point. Chad and I find ourselves trying to create let's call it a safe space, and we may not fully even understand what is needed for that space sometimes.
No.
In terms of trying to create a space that everyone feels welcome, which is why we leave out politics and religion. I know that you ladies do the same to the extent possible. We don't do the politics thing. We don't do religion thing. And in part, that's because my 53 years of experience have been people immediately start fighting over those things. I ain't trying to hear all that. And you can get that anywhere.
Right.
So this guy and I have had conversations about, here's these two dudes, and we're trying to create space where women feel comfortable and welcome and seen and heard. And there's this amalgamation of the old rules and the new rules. Like, we're the guys that would hold doors. But we also, my wife is a professional, and I've been with her since we've been in high school. So I've seen the entire journey. And I know that she makes considerably less than her male counterparts who are way less qualified than she is, who are way less good at their job than she is. So there's a part of me that have seen the other side of the actual where the rubber meets the road, and how women are not treated fairly in the society that we have. Women, there are still people alive who weren't allowed to vote because they were women.
Okay, so I'm not the only one that saw that, because Tweets Your Face just gave
Right,
it.
because I'm like,
So this is
this is not a topic of conversation.
I'm so glad that popped up there, and the reason that I'm saying I'm glad it popped up there is because I'm that bitch that'll throw your ass out.
Are we talking about Secret Dancer?
Secret.
Yes.
Do
Yes.
we know Secret Dancer?
No. They have
Okay.
mods.
Do
There
not.
you go. Bye, Secret Dancer.
See ya. Happy
All right.
trip.
There you go, ladies. So none of the mods have to take blame for that. I did that. Secret Dancer, if you have a problem with it, I bounced
Dang
your
it,
ass.
Chad.
It was the Wayne bird for me.
So yeah, I mean,
Yes.
there's an example, right? There's a perfect example of knuckleheads. Meanwhile, the
I
serious
like
people,
to
the
play
adults,
with my prey first.
I
And
understand,
Lotus is
but,
just like, kick him out.
but
We
so,
handle it differently.
Go ahead, please describe how you might handle that.
I mean, that one, like, I put in the comments to address it. You know, that's not the topic here, and then they'll get a chance to get back on task. But if they say something else, then yeah, we talking about your mom, we talking about your granny, your cat, your one feather having bird. I don't care, and then you're gone.
Right on. Right on. I guess I've hardened to it a little bit. I've just started taking the approach that if you come with dumb shit, I don't have time for it. There's
Outta
there's
here.
there's 330 million Americans. There's 8 billion or whatever it is people in the world. There's several billion people on this platform. I every day that goes by, I am less patient with the bullshit. I agree with King as far as just don't give it space to breathe. On the other hand, Devlin makes a great point. Like, give them. Chad's really good at that. There have been people come in Chad's chat that came in talking smack, and before they left, they were friends with him. So I see a need for that too, but I think there's a difference. When I'm in my live and I'm doing a flow state and somebody comes in there talking nonsense, I have mods that know what I'm doing, and we give them a little bit more space to be who they are. And if we're able to pull the chat and kind of get them to understand things better, cool. But in this space, in the Gin Project show space, where I have guests who come in and tell their personal stories and express themselves and be their genuine selves, I don't have time for that bullshit. So maybe for me, not in this space, but I'll be more patient in my flow state, you might say, something like that. So I don't think it has to be an all-in-one thing either, because Chad and I do like 3 different kinds of shows. We do regular structured shows, then we do flow state type shows, and then we also do just regular lives where we bring people up, and it's just a lot of fun. So but yeah, there's a good example of the different ways of dealing with the same problem.
Well, I have zero understanding, so
No,
Yeah,
anything.
if her long nails hit that block button before we can get to them, then look,
They out of here.
it's just, you know, it's the race against Speedy Gonzalez with her fingernails. That's all.
It is fun to put a clown
if
nose
she's-
on them once in a while, though, too.
And that comment right there made me want to say lots and lots of bad words.
Right.
So
Right.
it's
That's what I'm
better that they
saying.
just.
Well, it's unserious people that can derail serious conversations, in my
Right.
opinion.
True.
Or serious work. If we're doing a flow state, if Chad's in the middle of doing a carving and I'm kind of in the chat hanging out trying to watch out for him, and people come in there with nonsense and he's focused on what he's doing, I'm gonna have a lot shorter fuse than if we're just hanging out BSing. Right? So that's the other thing. If somebody comes into Sister Chat, comes into your setting without any situational awareness of where they are, then I don't have any problem with them being abruptly reminded.
Well, that and put the real effort into it, and like send me a real, like, I get hate mail, you know, go ahead and just send me an actual message. Take some time and some effort.
Don't.
That might require
in my
thinking.
DMs.
That might require thinking.
Too many words. Too many words,
might.
and you're gonna have a whole bunch of misspellings and stuff. I don't want that on my brain. Thank
Run
you.
on sentences. You're gonna have run on sentences.
It's gonna be no
Thoughts that are-
punctuation.
None
gonna
of
be
that.
some
It's gonna be one
ebonics.
sentence that's a mile long. You know, I mean, you're gonna have to decipher what it is they're actually trying to insult you with before you can be insulted.
With the code and stuff, so you can decode everything that you just read.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
It's gonna be
it's
like
funny to a
hieroglyphics.
certain
First you gotta
point
buy-
until you start stroking out trying to read it. You know, it's like, no,
That part. You start
First you gotta buy a
twitching and
box of Fruit
stuff.
Loops. So, and get the decoder ring out of the box of Fruit Loops so you
Yeah.
can
You
figure
need
out
some
what they talking
old
about.
school Cracker Jacks.
Yeah.
what's up, Aunt
It's
Julie?
funny. It's funny that happened because I'm sure they told you about my lives. My lives are
Yeah.
my
Your
lives
lives are special.
Careful.
Lives are what?
Special.
Special.
Special. Okay. Yeah.
Special. They're
Special
different.
and acceptable. Continue.
Yeah. And so I had someone come into one of my lives and we were having a very special conversation. And this person came into the live and got in the box and wanted to completely derail the subject. Ass out. I threw his ass out. Here's the thing. This is what I tell people. When I do my lives, I do them the way that I do them because we spend all week long taking care of our lives. We pay our bills, we go to work, we take care of our families. If you have children, you take care of your children. You do that kind of shit all week long. Let's have some time to just relax and cut up and act as juvenile as we possibly can. And so that's
And we do.
so if you come in trying to derail us being juvenile and childish, then you got to go because that's what we're doing. We're not behaving in this live. That's not what we're doing in here. We're misbehaving
Wait.
Right.
as much as we possibly.
Wait. What we are definitely not doing is being childish, okay? Because
Okay,
these
well,
are
no, these are definitely
completely
adult
adult conversations.
They are definitely
We're being grown adults.
we're being grown. Okay.
Wrong.
So it seems that situational awareness is something that we all have in common that would be helpful. For example, sometimes we were just talking about people come in a room and we're having a serious conversation and they want to come with trivial bullshit or nonsense. But then there's the other side of it. You're just trying to enjoy yourself and have a good time, and somebody comes in and just dumps all their drama, all their problems on you. That to me is a form of manipulation. If I go into your space and I'm not situationally aware of the topics that are going on and I just start blurting out what's ever on my mind, that's rude, first of all.
Selfish.
And yeah, it's selfish, it's rude, and it's a manipulation strategy. It does exactly what you're talking about. It derails whatever everybody else has going on. And I've seen it happen to artists too. I've seen them, they're working on their projects, they're doing a live, and somebody shows up and completely unaware of what the previous conversations have been, completely unaware of what's actually going on at the time, and they just come in and just start blurting out stuff. And then what happens is they get checked, and then now they're the victim. Now all of a sudden,
They're
oh,
offended.
poor me,
Exactly.
so-and-so is bullying me, so-and-so is being mean to me.
Right.
And no, your ass just got checked because you were doing dumb shit in the, if you come in my living room and start pulling your clothes off, unless you're my wife, we might have a disagreement. I don't go in my living room and start jerking off my clothes, right? Or doing that other thing.
Last time I did that, he
Wait
got
a
real
minute,
upset.
word choice.
Right.
the
That's
word
what
choice.
I was saving that. I wrote that down to save up for you, Devlin.
Glad you
It
said
was,
that.
it
I
was the
wanted
word
to.
choice for me. I don't come in the living
It was
room
the
jerking off
enunciation. It was the
my
enunciation.
clothes. There was a hesitant jerking off my clothes. Oh, the
I wasn't gonna
clothes.
say it.
Okay. I mean,
I
it's
wasn't
your
gonna say
living
it.
room. Do what you want to do. Just don't do it in front of
If you can't do what you want in your living room, hey.
Right.
Or
just,
use the camera, if you want to.
Just don't do it on the live. How about that? Okay.
Well,
Just not on the live.
I heard that people
Make sure
have come
all
through
cameras
y'all's
and
lives.
audio are off.
Yeah. I've heard people have come through your lives, and that's another example of the kind of nonsense y'all have to deal with.
Oh yeah.
People just acting a fool.
Yes.
We have had to deal
we've had
with people
some inter-
acting a fool.
Is that a
We have not had
situational
to deal
awareness
with
thing,
that though.
or is that just being a jerk thing?
Now that's being a jerk right there. I don't.
That's
I
definitely
think
being a
it's
jerk.
being a jerk.
Yeah.
Even if Chad does it.
Wait a
Even
minute,
if
just
Chad
what?
does it.
Situational awareness. If you go into a live, you usually the best approach going into a live, if you've never gone into that live before, is to ask what the topic is, or just sit in the room with your mouth closed, your fingers interlaced in your lap, and listen to the conversation that is going on, then you will become situationally aware of what the conversation is about, and you can choose to participate,
Or not.
scroll up or down, or hit the X and leave the app.
That part.
Well, wait, you mean I can't just push the button and request to come up and say, I don't know what y'all talking about, but I saw some fine guys and some beautiful ladies, and so I just wanted to be up here. I don't know what you're talking about, though.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I can't do that.
To my core.
In someone else's live, you can.
Not
If that's what they allow, you can, but you can't do it here.
Can't do it here.
But you
Cannot
can
do
you know,
it, Sister
take-
Chat.
The clock app will malfunction, and you will magically disappear from the box.
Just magically disappear. Poof.
Just poof.
Like Lucky Charms, they're magically delicious.
Just magically disappear. Poof.
Maybe we should just have a form letter for these folks.
Delicious. Yeah, see.
A form
Do you
letter.
understand the
Little
words
trip
coming
to
out of my
Narnia.
mouth?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Man. It's you don't.
And just like that, we're back on track with the topic.
There you go. Just sit and listen for a minute, just so you can.
Just listen.
You know,
And it isn't just a man thing or just a woman thing. Don't get it twisted. It ain't just women that go in and it's a lot of dudes.
No, it's usually dudes.
It's mostly dudes that just go barging up. Now there are those exceptional women who make their rounds, and it's like the woe is me rounds. Like you see them come in your chat, and you're just like, oh my god, I'm gonna need extra energy for this because what drama have we
you're-
created for ourselves today?
You're more like, no, you're like, oh, hell.
right.
Yeah, between the energy vampires, the habitual victims, and then the thirsty folks, especially when we have the deep voice people
The thirsty
in
folks?
the box, it's like, oh
Yes.
gosh, oh, I call them the Sahara people for Sahara Desert because they so dry and thirsty.
Ooh,
yeah.
like when Davino come through, like that. Like when Davino come through.
Yes, as he pops
So
up.
thirsty.
Optimus Spirito.
Yes.
But yeah, when we get those wonderfully
Yes.
great, well-spoken, deep voice sometimes even gentlemen in the box, then it's like, hi, can you say something from the alphabet? Can you read me the phone book? And it's like, that is not what we're talking about.
I kick
This is not what we're doing. No.
You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Just
Vino.
And then they come back in and say, somebody kicked me out.
TikTok is tripping.
and I did.
TikTok is definitely tripping.
It was TikTok. It wasn't one of us. I don't know what you're talking about.
It said Devlin 313 removed me and did.
Sure did. Sure did.
And
Yeah.
Did we speak him up?
I think
Yeah.
Maybe.
And you know that
I think we did.
Here, let's
that particular
let's see.
thing is part of creating that safe space.
Yeah.
Because if someone is in the middle of sharing something relevant to the topic that is pivotal in their life, or they are at a point of breakthrough in the conversation that we have had, someone comes in and they try to derail that can actually set a person back and shut them down.
right.
So maintaining control of the conversation and maintaining control of your room is critical to creating a safe space. Because if you don't nip that kind of stuff when it starts, then people won't feel safe. They won't, when they get to a point where they're vulnerable and they're exposed and their heart is just wide open and on their sleeves, and somebody comes in with a energy shift, that's problematic. That breaks down trust. That breaks down rapport.
It's flat out
And then
disrespectful.
you've got to go through that to build it up again.
Got to finish all your medication. You can't stop halfway through your prescription.
That part.
It's ineffective.
Ineffective. I like the way you put that, Chad. That's a great way to say that. Absolutely. I think a lot of times what happens is that when it comes to those kind of interruptions, I think they're trying to get somebody's attention at that moment. You know what I'm saying? It's that whole instant gratification that it's gonna sound, now I'm telling my age, that the young folks are into now. That instant gratification. Now. Pay attention to me. Pay attention to me. Pay attention to me. And that's the kind of bullshit we get in the comments, or they get in the box with, I just, what Devlin said, I saw some fine ladies and some fine dudes, and I just wanted to get up here and say hi. Okay, what do you have to add to the conversation? Because we were actually having a real conversation, so if you ain't got nothing to add, deuces, rocks. And oops, oh no, TikTok is tripping. So, you know what I'm saying? There you go.
Or you get in the box and we're confused.
Man.
Oh, we have had
right, Eric.
that.
You get in the box and now we are confused.
If all of us are doing the Scooby-Doo now,
And y'all know me, I'll get confused.
Totally just regretted your decision. Like a month.
Yeah.
What? This is a good example, though. These are just kind of light topics, but here's the reality. We're all dealing with similar issues. We all have, I'm a guy. Chad over there is a dude when he's in his human suit. And
From whichever planet.
Right, he is from a different planet, but right now he's got his human suit on. But these are obviously some common issues, especially on social media, that just there's going to have to be strategies on how to navigate it, because it's not going to go away. These people are being rewarded in some way, and they're rewarded everywhere else. There's only, those of us that are, I hope that Chad and I would be included in this, those of us that are trying to carve out spaces that are free for everyone, that comes with, a reasonable disposition. They're ubiquitous. We're going to have a strategy for how to deal with them. And I think sometimes that strategy has to be individual. Like, y'all made some good points. If you bounce them too fast, there's no way to reach them. Whereas, on the other hand, it's a really good point that you don't want to give anything like that fuel either. So,
Sure.
There's a balance, and that's all. I guess we all have to come to our own individual conclusions about that. But the reality is that the show that y'all do on Saturdays, y'all have to deal with a lot of similar stuff that Chad and I have to deal with on our shows on Tuesday and Thursday night, respectively. And they're all three shows that are completely about completely different things. But there's the commonality. Assholes show up with their dumb bullshit.
Right.
And we've all got to have strategies for how to manage it, which is why I think it's even more important for folks like us to work together, to at least be willing to hear each other and give each other space and an audience, you might say. And I can say that anytime I know it hasn't been as often as I'd like to. Saturdays are generally pretty hectic days for me. But anytime I've ever been able to go to Sister Chat, or anytime I've run into Gene or to Devlin or Tweets or anybody out there roaming around, I've always left impressed. Always left thinking, wow, these are the kind of people that, Chad and I always talk about wanting to be in a room full of everybody smarter than we are, and we get to do that right now. I would say Chad's probably the least smart, and then me, and then all of you.
That's so messed up.
I think the only reason why I'm gonna let you guys get away with that statement is because both of you are men. I'm gonna be quiet now.
Oh,
And shots fired. And shots fired.
oh,
And
Shots
you've known each
fired.
other longer.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do your Matrix thing, man.
so
Bend
so
it like that.
so the folks
No,
that
you
would like
guys
to
are
come,
all smart. Like everybody in this room. I mean, we have that same rapport. You know, I always want to be in the room with people that are smarter than me. I don't want to be be the smartest person in the room because then I'm not growing. And we feel the same with Sister Chat. You know, we take conversations and we spin them and look at a different perspective, even if it's something that everybody else is talking about. We find a different perspective, and then we also look for different perspectives. We're not trying to be anybody's counselor. We actually learn and grow through those conversations just like everybody else that comes into the room.
That part.
You know, because you'll have a perspective that I won't have, and whether we agree or not, you know, you have a reason for the way that you feel. Even if we're both on the same side of that coin, you got there through a different journey than I got there. And so that's still another facet of that. It's not just a two-sided coin, it's more of a diamond that has all of these different surfaces.
Yeah.
But it's still a diamond nonetheless.
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. So, for the folks that would like to come to Sister Chat and be supportive of Sister Chat, what is it every other week you're going to be doing this now? And the first week that you're going to be doing it, is it the 7th? Is that correct? The 7th of September, Saturday, September 7th?
Saturday, September 7th at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Eastern time, and the folks that come in there, should they expect to be up in a box, or should they expect to be observers in the chat? Kind of what are the dynamics of it, so that people kind of understand that, like we were talking about, that you need to be situationally aware. So let's help them be situationally aware before they get to Sister Chat. Let's kind of tell them. In an ideal situation, if you really wanted to be a productive member of the chat, how do I do that? If I show up at your spot, what's the best way to proceed?
Well,
So at first we kind of do the same way that you did tonight, and the way that you do your this particular live. We go around, we present the topic, we go around, and we give our thoughts as the sisters chat, our individuals' thoughts on it, which usually takes about the first 15-30 minutes of the live. And then we start telling people, you know, hey, if you are interested in this subject, if you've got something to say, request the box, and we will bring you up. It doesn't matter whether it's men, women, whatever. We want anyone and everyone to come in and give their thoughts. Part of it is because when people come in and they have a certain thought about a topic, if they bring up a point, if we don't necessarily agree or we're of a different opinion, then we can state that respectfully. And you never know who you are teaching, who you are touching, you know, what they may be going through that day, what is going on in their life. And they have the opportunity to come in to voice their opinion on something. Maybe they stay, maybe they don't, but you don't know. You could have just made that person's day, you know. And a lot of times, if it is someone who, a lot of time, I mean, we get people that tell us, you know, I really enjoyed that live today. We'll get DMs, and all of that. Really enjoyed. Thank you for letting me up. Blah blah blah. And we've actually had a couple of people come back and say, you know, I've been listening to you all for a little while, and you've really changed my perspective on things. So it's that is what we do. We want that interaction. It's not going to happen if we don't have interaction with men and women. We're never going to bridge that gap if we don't have that.
Absolutely. 100% on board with everything you just said. Chad, I look at the clock. It is 11. I know you have a
Yes,
little
sir.
one that you like to lay down. So,
Every night.
is there anything you would like to discuss or bring up or say to these ladies? And then I know you may have to dip out at some point, and we'll kind of start
Yeah, I gotta.
wrapping things. But while I got them here, we're gonna keep them here for a minute.
I'm just gonna be straight out honest with you, ladies. I've had a couple of invites, and I've always thought it was something different than what it is. So I am extremely happy that you all came here. This has been really cool. And I might actually come and check it out now that I understand what it is. And I hope that there's a lot of other people that may have had a preconceived notion like I did and could get that ironed out today, this evening. More of my people. I love y'all. This is a great thing you're doing here.
Chad, did you?
And I
think
know,
we were- Chad, did you think we were the She Woman Man Haters Club? Is that what you thought?
No, I wasn't sure
No,
what it
he-
was,
he
but I
knew
didn't think
that.
it was this. Like I just thought it was maybe. Honestly, I just thought it was maybe a place for ladies to get together and speak to one another, and I didn't really take it much further past that. So now to know what it is, wow, that's what's up, Delilu? So that's amazing, and I know from experience that you guys probably take a lot of fire, as you said, and keep strong on that. That's a hard thing to do, but you're doing
We
some
need you to
really
carve
awesome
us a
things here.
shield.
I can do
you
that.
go.
I can do
Can,
that.
can you carve me a nice shield? Cause, goodness.
I can do that. I can definitely do that. But yeah, I am gonna have to go because I've got to put my kid to bed.
Okay.
It's her bedtime.
Absolutely.
Much love to y'all. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, that's what I got. Devlin, it's good to see you again.
Likewise, Chad. Thought I was inviting you to tea with the ladies or something.
I didn't know what it was. I didn't.
Standing.
We as men,
Standing in
sometimes when we're not
solidarity.
sure, we kind of freeze. We kind of, if in doubt, keep to yourself. Is the
Sometimes it's
strategy
got
that
to be
I
written
kind of go
out,
with.
you know. But yeah, true
Reese,
story.
will you go before Chad has to go? Will you go with that? I heard what you were saying, sister.
Standing in solidarity together as humans.
That is
Sistah.
Okay.
Right.
Wow. I love that a lot.
Yeah.
I do. That is magnificent.
Thank you.
I didn't
Thank you
know
for
that.
having
No,
us.
thank you. I did not know that. But yes. So I'm gonna go put my little one to bed. She's got a big day at
Don't
school
get
tomorrow.
alien.
And
Okay.
Thank
for
you.
real,
Good
much
night,
love to you
little
guys.
one. Good
Much love to
night.
everybody in
Good
the
night.
chat.
Good night.
And everybody have a wonderful evening. I'm sure I'll be seeing you sooner or later. I'll be on Thursday for the Chad Rev Art Show. So
Fantastic.
big love, y'all.
Awesome.
Good
Love
night.
you, brother.
Night.
Appreciate you,
Good
man.
night, Chad.
Big love, homie. I'll
To the
talk to you
little
later,
one.
man.
Yes,
For
sir.
sure. For sure.
Appreciate you, man.
Later.
So, ladies,
One thing we
while I
didn't
have you-
mention,
yes, please.
the logos that you see Scorpion Lotus and I have right now. This is the artwork of Chocolate Mine 68.
Really?
He's also an amazing artist. He should be part of one artist community, but the man is so busy. But he is a digital artist. He also can draw by hand as well. He doesn't do it as much anymore, but yeah, it was his concept. These are our alter egos, the way that he sees us. So
That's amazing.
that's me in the middle. That's me in the middle.
So, ladies, in just a few minutes or less, let's talk about the most difficult question on the planet, which is, as a man, give me 3 bits of advice on how to be a better ally to you ladies.
Ooh, can I go?
Go.
Whoever.
Go for it.
That was Lotus.
If you see men behaving badly, call that shit out.
Yes,
Call
ma'am.
it out. Speak up. Say something. Because the only reason that people believe that chivalry is dead is because they don't see it often enough. So if you see men behaving badly, assess the situation, of course. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to do nothing to put yourself in harm's way. But if you see men behaving badly, call them out. Because that gives the opportunity for them to grow as a human being, number one. Number two, as a man. And number three, it lets the ladies around know, hey, well, damn, there are still some gentlemen on this planet. You get to show them for sure. Ooh, what Devlin just said in the comments.
That's a good start. Avengers are not the only protectors. Heard that.
That's
All right, so I got number 1. Call they ass out. Okay. Number 2.
I would say I'm going to give you number 2. Do the work necessary to be a better you. And if you are a better you, that makes you better for us. No matter what the relationship is. If you are a better human being, then you can be a better father, uncle, husband, man friend, mentor. You can be a better you. And when you learn that process and you go through it, you can help others start to realize that they too can do the work and be better people.
Be the example. Okay. That's a really good answer. We're not going to stop at 3 because there's more, y'all. But I'll just so I'm on number 3 though. What's another one?
I'll say actually what King said earlier when he came in. Be you. Be your authentic you. Because I can deal pretty much with any type of personality. What I can't deal with is fake and lies. So be you, whoever that may be. If you are genuinely an asshole, that's fine. I actually can deal with assholes. I actually, depending on that definition, I don't want to say prefer that, but I am kind of drawn to that confident, that okay, and It's 11 o'clock. That dick to just be a dick, I can deal with that shit. What I can't deal with is you not being exactly who you are. And then, because you can only keep that up for so long, and that veil starts to drop, and I'm like, wait a minute, this ain't, who are you? Because this ain't the person that I've been getting to know for however long. So be you.
That's great advice, and it makes me think of, like, you wouldn't go to a doctor with let's say you're having migraines, and you go to the doctor, and then you tell the doctor your foot hurts, your knee hurts, and your elbow hurts, and you never mention your head hurting, and then the doctor does something for your foot, your knee, and your elbow, and then you go home and you complain about the doctor never addressed the issue that you actually had. And the truth is, you never told the doctor what your issue was.
See?
You
That
just
part
wanted
right
something to complain about, and the poor doctor is the person that gets blamed for that. I'm just using that as a off the top of my head example, but that's what it makes me think of is people present themselves as something that they're not, and then when people figure that out, they go right into the victim role of, oh my goodness, I'm being so attacked. You're not being attacked. You're being corrected. And put in the proper perspective because you put yourself in a different light than you actually are. I think that goes along with what you ladies talk about too, is accountability. I would think most all of those answers you've given so far have to do with men have to be accountable for what men do as a starting point. All right, cool. We got a good list going. I got call them out. I got do the work necessary to be the better you. I've got be your authentic self. What else we got, ladies? Because I'm gonna read this list off more than once.
I would say do not generalize. Be willing to come to the table to actually have a conversation. Because if you generalize, that means you are pigeonholing yourself into something that might be of substance to you. So just because you have had hurt in the past, you want women to take accountability for things in order to grow. So should you, because I don't think that those are mutually exclusive.
I told y'all she was my TikTok crush, y'all. She's bringing it. See what I'm saying? Yes, absolutely. When you first said generalize, my brain went to a little bit different space, but being willing to actually have a conversation and don't assume that because you're talking about a woman, all women will treat you the way that you've been treated if you've been poorly treated. In the same way, I tell you, one way for me to not like you as a man is for the way that you try to endear yourself to me when we first meet is you start bad-mouthing your wife. I've never understood that. Now, I'm fortunate. My wife is my hero, literally. If it wasn't for her, I would be dead or in prison. She is everything. I literally get to live with the person I most admire, which is an incredible thing. But there is a lot of men out there who the first words out of their mouth are something bad about their wife. And I absolutely detest that. I don't understand it on a lot of levels. So that one hits home. I think that's what, don't generalize. Just because you've been maybe poorly treated by one of the women out there who treat people poorly doesn't mean that every woman that you run into is that way. I definitely see that happening a lot. So I think that's a very, very lucid point. All right. Give me another one. We could probably do this all night. I know y'all are tired. I know y'all are ready to go, but I did want to get a little a list of advice together that I could share. So
My go-to is always practice platonic relationships so you can get a better understanding of the opposite sex.
can you elaborate on that? I think I understand practice platonic like you and I have, but please, I
Yeah,
think that's what you're talking
you know,
about, but please elaborate on that.
definitely like the relationship, the friendship that you and I have. So many people are quick to jump in and out of relationships and complain that they don't understand, well, she did this and she did that. Well, first of all, the accountability. What did you do? Because it takes two people to have a situation. But you didn't listen to her because you were so busy worrying about the physical relationship that you didn't get a chance to know her. Practice friendship. And there's nothing wrong with wanting love. So many people are so desperate for love and thirsty for love that they don't understand just a friendship is the strongest foundation of any relationship, because in that friendship, you're not worried about that other stuff. You're just really wanting the best for that person. And she would want the best for you. It's the I'll kill a bear over you type of thing. Can't nobody say nothing bad about my sister. Can't nobody say nothing bad about my brother. And when you have that type of friendship first, then you understand who they are and what makes them a better them. And you can also see yourself in a better light because you are a better you when you are around that person. They don't complete you, they complement you. So everything that everybody that went before me said is to make you the best you, but your partner in life is to complement that. They
Yes.
are the accessories, the necklace, the earrings, the nice watch or whatever to you as an outfit. But you have to be a great outfit first. Yeah, exactly. I platonically date my friends, and a lot of people are so unfamiliar with compliments that they think that when you say something nice to them, you want them. We have
Yes.
all experienced telling a man that he is handsome or intelligent, and they immediately jump in the DMs and think that you want them. And it's just like, no, I appreciate you for the person that you are. I'm not interested. I'm taken or whatever. But we want to also normalize giving compliments without somebody thinking that we're trying to jump in their pants. And as women, we should normalize receiving compliments without thinking that somebody wants to jump in our pants. Really, I mean, honestly, chick, you look cute today. Just take the compliment and say thank you and keep it moving.
I have trust issues. That's tough.
I mean, but that's the thing,
Ooh.
Chad said something earlier, and I was like, all right, Chad, what you want? In my mind. But he really was just being his natural, complimentary, humble self and showing appreciation. And so it's a trigger type of thing, where you automatically jump to, okay, what do you want? What do you want from me because you're being nice to me? And it's like, no, I just want to be nice to you because you deserve having somebody be nice to you. And so when you normalize that, then it's not so knee-jerk reaction. It is not so automatic that you think somebody wants something from you or you think that they want you. And I think that would make the world a better place.
Absolutely.
So, men out there, please compliment your women respectfully. But I would say this. And I'll ask your opinion on this. But I've seen men compliment women and then be pissed off at the response they got. And my reply to them was, she never asked for your compliment. She don't owe you shit. If you chose to compliment her, then that's your choice. But to go get all upset because she didn't appropriately respond to your inappropriate compliment is doesn't work for me. So
It means that your compliment wasn't genuine and you wanted something.
Yep.
right, it wasn't a compliment, it was a manipulation.
Yep.
And even
Right.
if she didn't want to give, accept your, I guess, accept your compliment, that just means that you move on because that person obviously doesn't mesh well with you and they might not be a bad person. They're just not the right one for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There are women out there that got nasty attitudes, and we've already talked about, don't open the door for me or whatever. So they just might get offended just because you said hello, and there's nothing that you can do about it.
And men, so when a particular woman does something like that, it doesn't mean that all women feel that way. And you are doing us a huge disservice when you start acting like that is a truth, because it is not.
Yeah. All women aren't that way, just like all men aren't that way. All men aren't deadbeats. All men aren't lazy. We have come across in my 40 plus years a
41.
variety of men. 46.
41. Forever 41.
Forever 41. I like that. But I've come across men, a plethora of men that do different things, built different ways, and none of you all are the same. I would be a dumbass to judge all of you based on how my ex-husband treated me.
Whew.
Yeah.
What does that say to my potential to find my forever person if I treated you all as if you would be the way that he was? And he started off great, don't get me wrong, but all of you aren't him. I've had some exes that treated me worse than him, from the beginning until I was able to get rid of them quicker. But I have met some really great guys, even on this app. And I know people say, well, it's social media. They can be whatever they want to be. But you can only hold that for so long.
And I would argue that there's three different, especially on this particular platform that we're on, I would argue that right now, currently, there's three different types of lives. One that we're doing, which is a structured show, which is, we kind of have an idea of where things are going. The other one would be the flow states, where you're basically a fly on the wall watching people work. And then the one that most people do is just a regular live, and you're bringing people up and chatting or doing whatever. And, in a weird way, it's similar in relationships. And this may be a stretched analogy, but the men that come at you with sincere compliments are, I believe, trying to serve a different purpose than the ones that are coming at you with manipulative compliments. And one of the ways that the people with manipulative compliments are able to maneuver is they blend in with the sincere. They're able to mimic the sincere for a short term. So, for example, if there were people in the chat constantly wanting to come up in the live right now, because they have no situational awareness of what's going on, and that's not what we're actually doing. That's the dude that just blurts out what you're wearing and expects that to be some kind of A-game thing, right? And then there's the lives where we're all just kind of hanging out, vibing, and that's more like a social setting where you might meet a guy and you just have a conversation because y'all are standing close to each other, and then you move on. And if both of you are adults, that's a pleasant experience. But if you're a woman, a lot of times they have had the experience that man kind of clings on to you now, and you can't go on and enjoy the rest of the event because this dude now thinks that he deserves all of your attention. And then there's the other category of folks where they just say it's something insulting and then act like they're put out by your response. Anyway, just my observation.
Have had all of that happen. I have had all of that happen.
All of it.
So, man,
And
we can do better.
sometimes in the same breath.
Yeah, and it could be the same dude tries
The
all three
same dude.
approaches.
The same dude with the same breath. He's singing your praises, and then the gentle kind let down, and then now I am the scourge of the earth.
Yes.
Right.
Like they're
Right.
changing
Thing
seasons
but
right
a
in front of
child of
our
God.
Yeah, you're
Yes.
beat.
And
You're
then I hit them
bitter.
with,
You're
and
bitter
this
and
is
angry.
why you didn't
Yeah.
get my phone number.
Yeah, you're bitter and angry at that point. Yeah.
Right. And then they're
At,
victims. All of a
at
sudden
your
they
age, you
switch.
should be glad anybody's looking at you.
Yeah, I've heard
But
that.
that's where they make the switch, right? At that moment,
Yes.
That
when
is
you
the
suss them
comeback.
out, when they see in your eyes that you realize what's going on, suddenly it switches over to now that B word or that whatever. She is something. She's a C word or she's a B word because X, Y, and Z. And no, the reality is, dude, you're just an asshole.
Right.
And she wasn't responsive to your bullshit lines, and now you're a little bit embarrassed by that because you put yourself in a space you shouldn't have been in anyway. So
Say that shit.
You thought you had game, but you didn't.
right, and look, hey, there's a lot of these folks that believe in that fake it to make it thing. I don't subscribe to that. I think you better come with the goods. There are certain situations where it makes sense to fake it to make it, but not if you out there searching for a mate for life, for someone to spend your days with. Faking it to make it ain't the way to start those relationships, I don't believe.
No, because you're not being
At all.
And if you're in a place that is not a place that, if you are on a journey, then tell that person, male or female, that you are on a journey. This is where I am. Put your cards on the table if this is something that you want to pursue. And allow the person that you are interested in the right to choose to walk that journey with you or to choose another path. Don't sell me a pipe dream. And I start walking this journey with you. And I find out that your pipes are plastic and they can't hold hot water because when
And
the
they belong
rubber
to
meets
somebody
the
else.
road, but when the rubber meets the road, you aren't built to withstand the pressures of the journey that the both of us decided to go down because you gave me a representative or misinformation.
That's hard.
Put your cards on the table. Say what it is. If you're looking for some footsie, say it.
You can't build a relationship on a false premise, I don't think.
Hey,
Unless
I
you
didn't
get
know how to
lucky.
put
It happens. It happens. People figure it out along the way. But in general terms, if you make yourself out to be something you're not, and that person becomes your partner, eventually they're going to figure out that you're not who you made yourself out to be.
Yeah.
Especially in terms of, like Devlin was talking about earlier, being kind. Now, my stepfather's mom's name was Sissy, and she is one of the sweetest people I ever knew. But she also didn't put up with no mess. She didn't have to. She was old and tired and didn't give a shit. So, but she for my entire life, for holiday meals and oftentimes for regular meals, she would set an extra plate at the table for any poor soul that came by that needed a bite to eat. And whoever that might be better be treated with respect in her house.
Yeah.
And I feel like that openness, that willingness to afford people the opportunity of some grace is a much more difficult proposition for women. I could be wrong. But because it's misconstrued, like you said before, I was teasing with, I was sort of, she really is my TikTok crush now, but I was kind of teasing with Tinder, but not Tinder, damn it, with tweets. But I've teased with Tinder too, actually. but
I was
the
about
point
to
is,
say.
So wait a minute, is this a couple of crushes here?
He got a couple of them. He got a couple of them.
So yeah, I am into women. I do like the women. but the point is that I only really kid around with people that I believe are serious enough people to get the joke, if that makes sense. I have
Absolutely.
learned one of the adaptations that I've made is I just don't kid around with people as much.
Tinder tweets.
So Chad and I had many conversations.
Oh goodness.
Tinder
You done
tweets.
gave him
Tinder
something.
tweets.
TT, Tinder tweets.
Y'all have
That
not
is, that is
seen.
loaded in so many ways.
So many ways.
So many levels. Tinder tweets.
But if y'all have not
I
checked
can't
out
unhear
Tender
it.
Chocolate's
I
art,
can't unhear it. I can't unhear it.
that is a good crush.
Tinder tweets.
Tinder's dope. I think so anyway. I
She
have a lot
is
of
dope
appreciation
as
for
hell.
Tinder. She was a guest on the show as well. So I got to have one of those conversations with her. But just that's just an example of like something I've had to adapt. We Chad and I in doing this show, I said, okay, I'm basically going to take the approach as if I'm teaching third grade children with a variety of special needs again, because it's that kind of neutral, try not to upset anybody too much kind of thing, right? So one thing I've actually had to curtail is my sense of humor, because it doesn't sarcasm for I tend to be very sarcastic in my humor, and that doesn't translate well on this platform. So another thing that I think we all are dealing with is we are old school social cues, all of us. Like we're in a room. Back in the day, if there was a problem, you were looking for your friends, you went and find where the bicycles were all piled up at, right? Or furthermore, if there was a problem, a lot of times you just sorted it out right then, and then you went on and finished the rest of your day out. We live in a much different world now. People pull out pew-pews and take things to extreme levels over minor disagreements. And like we have said a few times, women are in this precarious position. They're on a social media platform, and I can only imagine, because I know that people say stuff to me on this social media platform that they wouldn't say to me if we were in the same room. I've experienced it. I mean, I know for a fact. I've heard people say things, and then when I'm in the same room with them, they ain't got shit to say. So that's another weird thing that social media provides, is a certain amount of anonymity for people to allow the asshole to come out. And my opinion is that is directed more often than not at women.
Yeah.
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 Please
Definitely.
elaborate.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, because they'll say some stuff, and whether we show up or one of the brothers shows up, no, I love
It's
Deb.
the
I love
backpedaling.
Reese. That's my girl. You know, I didn't say that type of thing.
And most of us are pretty direct, and it's not well received. You can try it the nice way, or you can try it just to rip off the Band-Aid, and
Right. Well, Kat, I agree with you to some extent. Like Kat in the chat says, she don't give a fuck. I mean what I say and say what I mean. I agree with that. I agree with that. But if we're trying to create safe spaces, you can't always do that. If I wanna have a space where people feel welcome and safe, then I can't actually just say whatever shit comes to my brain. I don't think that's an effective strategy. Yes, our buddy Hanson. I love some Jason Hanson. He was in here earlier. That's my dude. He has actually been in this shop before. He's actually been in my home. But I disagree with Hanson on a lot of shit. And one of the things that I disagree on is it ain't always best just to say whatever you think. That ain't always helping. And I get it. That's just my difference of opinion, and he's got a lot of reasons why he would be right. But just as an example, you can't you can't just say whatever comes to mind if you're trying to create safe spaces for people, because of those misunderstandings that happen, right? I've been in a situation where I wasn't alive and someone popped up and said something and popped back down, and some of the people in the live didn't understand what just happened. The reality is we have to be respectful of whoever's live that we're in. So if I come in Sister Chat space, I should be respectful of the conversations that they're having and what's going on. I shouldn't go in there and just start saying off the wall stuff that's not related to the topic. It's just rude. Like, just at base level, it's just rude.
Real quick,
Yeah.
Jean has to go because she has to get up like super early. But before we let her go, like one quick second, Saturday is Jean's birthday, and we're not having Sister Chat.
Yes.
So if everybody can make sure to tell her happy birthday, even through the Sister Chat channel, that would be great. But I don't want to let it go unacknowledged, even though we're a few days early.
Please, if you would, while she's here, would everybody, if you don't mind, please drop some of the little finger things. Just go down where the hand signs are in the chat. And if somebody that's a mod would please get a shot of that for Miss Jean, I'd really appreciate it. And thank you, Miss Jean, for being here. And we're going to wrap up pretty soon. I just wanted to make sure we had time to kind of finish our conversation.
Well, thank you. Number one, I love you all.
I love you, Miss Jean.
Absolutely, so appreciated this, Ken. It was awesome, and I hate that I have to leave, but 3 a.m. is sneaking up real quick.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
y'all have a wonderful night, and I am going to go ahead and drop.
Love you,
Yes,
sis.
ma'am. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Love you, Jean.
Love you, Miss Jean.
Rest
Thank you.
well.
Talk to you tomorrow.
I can't find the
Yes.
emoji, so
So,
And she told a big old story earlier because she said that she paints a little bit. She is an amazing artist in multiple
Yeah, little bit.
media.
absolutely.
Miss
Little bit.
Devlin,
Pencils, paint, dye, bleach, shoes, painting.
Crayon.
She do all the things. Crayons, paint pours
Markers.
with the blow dryer thing. Don't sit. I paint a little bit. Okay.
If it makes a mark, she can use it.
That part.
Charcoal.
I love y'all. Good night.
Love you.
good night.
You. Good night. We just gonna talk
We
about
love
you while
you.
you're
Good
not
night.
That's right. We're just going to keep talking about you. That's all right.
What do
So-
you want to see, Kat?
So, ladies, before we let everybody go, if you would please, and we can start wherever you like. Tell us a little bit about what you have going on personally, as far as like projects you have working on, or telling people to turn on their notifications so they can catch you on. Because we have focused on Lady Chat tonight, but the truth is, each one of you ladies could have been a guest individually in your own right on this show.
We correct one
and-
thing and then something else falls off. You have called us Lady Chat a couple times today, and we love you.
I'm done.
The ladies of Sister Chat is what I'm trying to say. Gotta give you something to laugh at me about.
I can tell it's time for me to go to bed because now everything
giggling
is
mighty
getting funny.
hard.
I can tell.
That might be a new
Tell it's
show.
time for me to go to bed.
Lady Chat's the after hours versions of Sister Chat.
Oh my goodness.
Miss Reese, you start us out. Tell us what you got going on outside of Sister Chat on Saturdays at 1 o'clock when I'm not calling it Lady Chat.
I gotta stop laughing first. I can't stop laughing. Okay.
Oh,
So So some of the
together,
things
man.
that I do, see now I'm trying to pull it together. Some of the things that I do outside of Sister Chat that I'm bringing to TikTok is I am a creative. I believe that sometimes you have these moods, and if you look good and you smell good, you feel good. I can sew. I make baby items. I do gift baskets. I make skincare products, body butter, sugar scrubs, beard oil, hair oil, so that I can dress the body, and you smell good, you look good, and that does your spirit well. Sometimes an outfit or a scent that you know that you've had created just for you, because I can do custom scents, it just does something to you. It makes you stand taller. You know, it makes you smile. It can change the course of your day. The senses are amazing. That's all I got.
Well, I can say this: if I'm not mistaken, I might be messing up again here, but I might as well just keep on with it. If I'm not mistaken, the great Divino Caprice is swears by your products. If that's who I believe he was talking about. No?
No.
He's talking about Shea Boogie and Boogie Butter.
Ah, okay. Well, he should be talking about Rishi stuff.
Well,
He gonna get his
never
hands on
tried
some.
it. He's never tried it, so
Oh, okay. All right. Well, there we go. I confused another one. At least I'm consistent.
It's okay. It's
We support Shay,
okay.
Yes.
And
Thank
I
you.
don't put myself out there.
So how do we,
You know,
if I wanted to get my hands on some of this magic elixir you've got, how would someone do that?
Which elixir is it that you want?
Any of them. If I wanted to smell good, look good, taste good, any of that.
Wow, damn. Okay.
That covers all the bases.
Yeah, it does.
It does. That
Definitely.
is some of
I
the
think
senses.
but my understanding
All
is you
he
can cover them all,
was
right?
missing was
Yeah.
flip it up, rub it down. That's all he was missing.
When you smell good and look good,
should've
people
just
want to touch you real good.
wanna eat
so
They want to eat you, I guess.
Yep, just
Delicious.
there you go.
Num, num, num.
Magically delicious.
Should they hit you in the
No,
DMs
no.
or show up at your house?
Yes. Just send me. No, don't
No,
show
don't
up
show
at my
up to the
house,
house.
because then that's gonna be problematic. You know, you're going down to the county.
That part.
You know, you're going to the
Probably in a
county,
bag.
or you're gonna go to the. You know, you're gonna be in
To
a
the
special
backyard.
kind of bag. You know.
Unless you're Divino, then you can get away with such things. But if you're not Divino
I don't
Caprice, you
even
probably
think that
don't.
you can.
She's like, whoa.
Tim, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
See, we got
just
boundaries,
if you're
y'all.
interested, we have boundaries. We do.
Have boundaries.
You can send me a DM. I am working on getting the website up and functional. I have done a lot of work today and yesterday in getting that done and making it available no later than October 1. So that is the goal that I have set for myself. But if you want something before that is readily available, just send me a DM, and then we can work out the logistics of whatever it is that you want to get.
The great Reese, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much for having us on the show. I really appreciate it. I had a wonderful time. with you.
And
And
her gift baskets too. Yes.
I did I say gift? I said gift baskets, I think. Baby shower
The
gifts.
earlier. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just did an order for a unusual baby shower gift. She ordered sugar scrubs as baby shower gifts, and there literally was an altercation over the sugar scrubs because she did not have enough, and so people were upset and kind of altercating about the sugar scrubs and wanting to exchange the gifts that they did have for the sugar scrub, and nobody wanted to do the exchange, which was problematic.
You gotta quit making stuff that's so good.
No.
No. She needs to make
No.
more. That's the problem. She needs to make more of this.
I need to make more.
Or
She didn't. I made enough. I made her a huge batch for her personally, and then she kept some of the ones that were supposed to go forward, but she didn't. She didn't send them, so yeah, that created kind of a shortage. But she wanted to share those with some people that she knew, so I'll just have to make more.
You're gonna have to make
That is what I am doing currently.
Good.
Well, y'all please check out Miss Reese's, what she's got. Look for her coming out in October, and if she sends it to me, you'll be able to find it in my link tree then too. Thank you very much for being here. Very much appreciated. I guess we got
Thank
to
you.
go over here, catty corner. We're gonna go to Miss Tweets here, and tell us a little bit about what you got going on, Miss Tweets.
so that's my turn. Okay.
Thank you, Tim.
Ooh, sweet.
Yo.
Those are fucking awesome.
I like that middle one with the stars.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you, Tim.
So I have my business that I have started, and it's slow in the works, but called Hands Down Dominoes. I will actually click on one of the comments so you see where that other page is at. But the reason why I started is because I like to do lots of arts and crafts, and since I am technically retired, I needed to figure out something else that I could do. And since I already like working on things, my kids and I were doing arts and crafts, and we had some epoxy resin, and I had a domino mold, and so I started creating them and talking to the sisters, and it really is fun. It's just I didn't think that it would be considered artwork, but it is so much fun. And some of them can glow in the dark, and some of them can go under UV light, like this one was really cool. I also have other things, not just dominoes. I also make dice,
Oh, cool.
and I also make, every once in a while, I make domino cases. And this whole one glows in the dark. And started doing ashtrays. And my stuff is a lot of like game and sports themed. So like this one, I'm gonna put like Raiders in here. That can be embedded in there.
Right?
I gotta do like, you know, this is for my dad.
I'm just teasing.
No, I get it. I get it. My stepdad is a Raiders fan, and you know, after that tie, he hasn't said nothing to me. So wonder why that is.
That's a baseball team, right? I'm teasing. I'm just teasing. I just wanted to see that look. I'm just teasing.
You had me worried there for a second.
They in Vegas now, right?
Right, no.
I promise you don't want that sports smoke.
Yeah, you
No,
don't
I
want
don't.
tiles
Oh.
that I started playing.
Yeah, man.
Right on.
Yeah, I gotta learn
That
how to
is
play
cool.
mahjong just so I can get some of those.
I have a checkerboard and everything else. And speaking of my team, because I'm a 49ers fan,
Yeah, whatever.
need red and gold.
Mm,
I have this one here.
right? Thank you. Thank you, Ian. Thank you. Thank you.
Do you have a request
have
in the
any
comments
lions?
for stash containers and rolling trays?
Yes, I actually got a mold for trays. So I will be working on that.
Where's that
Thank
lion's
you. Thank you,
gear?
Betty Jean.
You and Mr. Hanson agree on the football team at least.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Betty Jean?
I came out the womb a 49er fan, and that's how I'll go out.
I heard that. How do we get in touch with you? Should we want to order something?
Well, right here, I put in the comments. I hope it goes up about Hands Down Dominoes. So that
There
is
you go.
that's my TikTok page there, and it also has a link that will go to my website. I am still working on some things, but I'm going to start circulating more and more things that I'm creating. And I'll talk about them. Yes.
Christelle.
Tweets, thank you so much for being willing to come on the show and talk to us. And I know it's late in your day, so I really appreciate you being here and sticking it out. And when these ladies say that you are the glue, that's a heavy statement. That says a lot about you and your character. So my hat is off to you. Respect. I appreciate you very much, and I think you're filling a very important role. So thank you from me personally. Thank you.
Thank you. I know, right?
Thank you, Tinder. I love you.
And now she's gonna be Tender
So
Tweets forevermore. Tender
I know.
Tweets.
It was like, so that's
It's forever
never gonna die
Tender
now.
Tweets.
And that could mean a lot of things.
I know. I'm thinking of some.
I guess
You
I
might
should
as well get a
apologize
shirt.
for that too.
You might as well get a shirt.
I guess
You might as well get a shirt.
I'm
Hey.
tender tweets. I mean, that
I
just.
can make you a
merch-
shirt.
a merch account is beckoning
might
for
as well
that
make her
Tender
a
Tweets
shirt.
line.
Tender Tweets.
I don't even want any residuals. It's all good.
You're welcome is what he said. That's what he said just now. You're
That's what
welcome.
he said.
Right.
I have one more thing.
Yes. Oh, yes. I'm so sorry. Yes.
Yes. So one more thing is that there is this company called the Military Broadcast Radio Station, and I saw it on the VA's news where they're giving free podcast training like to veterans and to have them have possibly have a spot on their broadcasting network. So I started my first training today.
Yes.
And they are on all platforms, and so I do my next session next week, and one of the guys that is training me said that they would love to have me on possibly next Friday. So
Beautiful. Amazing. Yes. Maybe you could come back and teach us some stuff about podcasting.
yeah, I'm excited.
We trying to figure that out ourselves. So that is amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Coming soon, the new podcast, Tender Tweets.
This is why we can't have nice. This is why we can't have nice things.
This is why.
We can't.
This
even
right
rent
here
nice
is why we
things.
cannot have nice things.
Hey, if I'm gonna crash in the ditch, I'm gonna crash all the way in the ditch.
This is
We
why.
like to keep the
I
debauchery
repeat.
motor coach on the road. We make the left turns, but it always stays on the road, sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
he jumped over the median.
Again,
The median
this
is
is why we can't have nice things.
We call that neutral ground.
Getting tender with tweets.
getting tender with tweets.
Getting Tinder with tweets.
Good a bit of it.
Oh boy.
In the
Tweets, my
corner
apologies.
right now.
You know
Get in
he
the
can't
corner
sit
right
in
now.
the corner. You know he can't sit in the
Well,
corner.
you can turn catty corner then.
It's all my fault. It's all, look, I'm gonna sit over here.
It
like I'm
is
in
your
timeout.
fault.
I'm in
It
timeout.
is.
Blame
Y'all-
you.
Sit in the
It
corner.
is your fault.
Y'all just let me
Where
know
is
when I
the
come back out
rod,
the corner.
the tender touch of tweets? No. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, here's
of
the rod.
correction.
Here's the rod. Here's the rod. Get it together.
Goodness.
Yes, ma'am.
The
Yes,
tender
ma'am.
touch of tweets.
Get it together.
It is definitely
Don't
Davino.
touch tweets tender. That's not what we doing.
I mean, if you're gonna touch her nice, but you know, you never mind.
That's if you're gonna
right
talk
here.
to me. You wanna talk to me twice? Talk to me nice.
Here.
My dad
I
can
can
decide
hear you,
who
right?
touches my Tinder and who does
You
not. So,
Tweets is like, I know I can hear you.
right, you know, I'm right here.
He
Better
started
to
this.
say it out loud than
I'm
behind
fully
your back. I
responsible.
mean,
It's
know
all
you're
my
here.
fault. Facts.
Yes, you did
definitely
start
my
this.
fault.
Whooping.
My fault.
no, that is the rod of correction.
Accountable. I asked you to hold me accountable.
She brings it out the tender spot of
And
tweets.
Davino has
No, Davino. Somebody
No,
turn his
Davino, no.
turn him
Somebody,
off.
somebody mute him.
God of correction.
I'm so done.
Wait a minute.
Miss Devlin.
Not the magical
How can I
wand.
butcher what you got
I'm
going
trying to
on?
screenshot all of these so we can tell you.
It's magic if you want it to be.
And that on that note, it is Scorpion Lotus's turn. Jesus.
Scorpion Lotus. What you got going on, Scorpion Lotus? I'll try not to mess yours up too. I'll try. I'm batting 1,000.
appreciate it very much.
Gonna give him another nickname to use.
Well, I have my Let Me Ask You a Question with Scorpion Lotus. That's on Saturday nights, 7:30-ish Central Time. And yeah, I said ish. 7:30-ish Central Time. That is our debauchery motor coach by Cadillac. We make frequent left turns with no signals. Just know you're gonna get what you get when you come into my live. So I do that Saturday night, 7:30-ish Central Time. And I kind of told you at the beginning that my solace, my peace is saltwater aquariums. So I got you.
Please tell us again the name of the show on Saturdays at 7:30ish.
Let Me Ask You a Question with Scorpion Lotus.
What kind of things what kind of questions do you get?
Sir.
The debaucherous kind.
Okay, I got you. The fun kind. All right. So don't come in there asking to solve the world's problems. Come up in there
No.
looking to have some fun, right?
No, we're
Gotcha.
gonna have fun.
Not unless you can solve
Unless
it with a
it's,
St.
you know-
Andrew's cross.
Not if you're trying to figure out your kink, then hey,
Yeah, that's gonna be the
This should get
we might have some answers for you.
Yeah, we might have
Heard
Yeah.
that. Does it
You know.
involve Tinder tweets at all?
it could.
If Tinder Tweets decides, because she is in control of her autonomy, and it has to be consensual, and it has to be sane,
Live is gonna
Or
always
not.
be consensual.
but it
So
has
don't
to be
come in there.
consensual
It's gonna be
Don't come in there acting a fool, then, is what you're saying.
because we can't give
look-
her away.
No.
We looking to have fun, but be respectful.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, definitely. You're gonna have to be respectful because
Someone
as
said
we
they got a question.
As we said,
I
as
got
we
a
said
question.
earlier,
Tim McCoy is
Yeah.
a friend of mine.
What,
He's a
Tim,
woodworker. What you
you
got,
have a
Tim?
question, sir?
Oh, because we have answers.
And usually quite witty ones too. You know, we all have, everybody in these boxes have black belts in sarcasm. So
Oh yes.
You've seen it just recently,
Oh, oh yes.
like in the last couple minutes.
Coming to a question near you.
right, okay, you only gonna ask it in my live.
Oh, okay.
Ah, right
Oh,
on,
okay,
Tim.
got
All
it.
right.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Heard that.
Okay.
You are
I
more
like
than welcome to do so.
Tim is a wood turner and an all around amazing dude. So
Oh,
thank you for being
my.
here, Tim.
It's
Appreciate
play
you.
You
on words.
know the fun that I could
Wood
have
turner.
with that phrase.
Right.
What you
Wood turner.
turning on this wood, Mr. Tim?
So, you know what? I'm not gonna ask questions right now. This is not the time nor the place. Okay, never mind. So that's what I.
Dev, you're up.
Miss Deb.
Well, I was gonna ask Lotus, are you going live this Saturday?
Yes.
Yay!
Promise.
Birthday
Don't play with our
party
emotions
live.
now.
Yes. I'm going live this Saturday night.
And we don't want to hear nothing about your you
Your
ran
hair,
over
your painting,
your
nothing.
nails, your back, none of that.
We will find
nothing.
you.
Wood turning is an
Leave
art.
My neck, my back, none of that.
My nails are already done.
Oh, listen, ladies, wood turning is an art. Indeed it is.
I know.
Indeed
I
it
have
is.
turned some wood before in my day.
I have some of his turned wood here at my house.
There's some wood that I've turned that's never been the same.
Okay,
It
that's
ain't
right.
never been the same.
Like tree trunks.
Miss Scorpion Lotus, I thank you so much for being willing to come on and talk to us, and I'm very grateful that you would do this. We're having some fun now, but in all seriousness, I really appreciate you coming on, and I think that you're doing important work. So thank you, and I'm sorry for the bullshit you have to put up with in that journey.
Well, sometimes I'm the one.
She ain't.
And now my original, the very first, my original TikTok crush, Miss
Aw.
Devlin 313.
Thank you. So coming up, I have 50 Shades of Seduction with Primal Poetry with none other than, the company co-founded by none other than Divino Caprice. He is the COO of Primal Poetry. That is coming up October 18th in the Chicago area. We're just gonna call it Chicago, but also online, on Zoom. So those tickets are available on Eventbrite for both in person and Zoom. It's gonna be a whole weekend of fun. Thursday is a meet and greet. Friday is the actual event. It is a erotic poetry event that is catered to the men, put on by the ladies. So full female cast, female DJ, MC, performers. There is going to be a wonderful BDSM demonstration by Miss Kitty. I get to share some of my poetic stylings in the more debaucherous nature, because I write a little of everything. So if you have not heard any of my more spicy poetry, you will definitely be in for a treat. And then on Saturday, we're having brunch Saturday morning. So that whole weekend, we are going to have a great time. You'll get to meet some of these TikTok wonderful people in person. Davino, the lovely Angel Tony, who will be here being interviewed on the Gin Project on September 17th. And other than that, I am writing like crazy. I am putting out a book, hopefully in time for I'm not going to say hopefully, in time for the October show. So that will be my very first ever publication, even though I've been writing for 30 years. I've been convinced to finally publish something.
Yeah.
So That is coming very, very soon. Cover art to be done by our beautiful Jean Kells, the humble painter and multimedia artist. And so I'm really excited about that. I'm really, really excited about that. The link is in my link tree for tickets to the Primal Poetry show. And Primal Poetry also does fourth Fridays every month. They do an open mic. And so since I missed last week's, I will definitely be doing the one for September again. So that is for any poet to come up, do the open mic for $5. You don't have to do spicy. You do whatever type of poetry you want. You get up to 10 minutes. And then it's $10 for spectators, audience members, but $5 for the actual performers for that night. Yes, 50 Shades of Seduction is a black tie formal event. All of the guests are required to wear all black from their neck down to their ankles. It is in appreciation of the men. It is the pre-Sweetest Day event. So it's that Friday. Sweetest Day is Saturday. So the men are instructed to come in all black, smelling good, looking good, and in the words of Angel Tony, sit the entire fuck down and be loved on, and tantalized and sexualized a little bit too. So yeah.
A little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit,
Or a lot, you know.
or a lot.
Or a lot.
I'm
But yeah, it
excited
is
and
definitely
uncomfortable all
a
at the same
grown
time.
folk thing.
And I would also like to put a disclaimer out there about Primal Poetry and the open mic nights that they have. Primal Poetry is not held responsible for any children that may be conceived from anything that you.
That part, no child support, no diapers, no baby shower gifts, none of that. None of us will be held responsible for what you do. Please make sure you turn your camera off and stuff if you choose to do things, because I mean we gonna get you in that
And your
spirit.
audio.
And your audio.
And no godparenting.
None of that.
Yep, no.
No.
I don't want to be auntie, godmama, none of that. No.
No, I don't even like kids. So yeah.
But I am definitely working on some special pieces just for that night. So they will not be shared before then.
Gotcha. The lovely Devlin 313.
You're forgetting something, aren't you?
Probably. What did I forget?
No.
Oh, I also crochet. Yeah. I haven't been doing much of it lately.
And it's called what?
Chosen
finna get
Moments
the stick.
Handmade. Chosen Moments Handmade by Devlin. I do crochet all types of things on commission.
How do we get in
Well,
touch with
I'm
you to
getting-
make that happen?
I have a TikTok page for Chosen Moments, but you can always just hit me on Devlin 313 because I'm here most often. I write with Lady Shine during the week and whatnot, so I keep this one up and running. What else did I forget? I'm sorry. Was it something else?
No.
It was just that.
You've covered it. It just that.
I know, right?
Because
You're doing too much and not enough at the same time.
Right. He asked.
I'm sorry.
He didn't ask about the other stuff, which was important, but he was asking about.
Yeah, I made that blanket
That's-
hand crocheted by me. That is my nephew's blanket. And he still loves it. He's 3 now. Well, about to be 3. And he still drags it around the house.
Angel
That's a
wings.
pair of wings that I crocheted. I crocheted it so I could wear it to the white
probably
party
see-
in Chicago last year, and it was too damn hot. October 18th
Could probably
is the
see
date
it
of the
better
event.
in the big box.
Well, I'm not a mod, so I can't put her in the big box.
What do we?
Oh,
What
we
would
can't
we
go
like
in
to
big
do?
box.
Oh, put tweets in the big box.
Yes, ma'am.
Big
Got
box.
you.
Definitely.
Gender tweets in the big box.
Oh my God.
She's never gonna forgive me for that. She's never gonna forgive me.
So those that is a shawl that I handmade, and the feathers glow in the dark. It is all crocheted. It's white
The feathers
sparkly
glow in
yarn.
the dark.
Yeah. So there you go. You can see it glowing there.
That's so
I hate that I didn't line that up right, but I was just learning how to use CapCut when I took those. But yeah, it glows in the dark because when I started crocheting, I thought that the white party with Primal Poetry was going to be a nighttime
sorry.
event.
You know what, Davina? Go sit in the go sit in the corner, sir.
Tim, if you get to Chicago on October 18th, you should definitely get a ticket to the show.
Yes.
Yes.
that would be amazing.
Listen, you will have a good time. I promise you're gonna have a good time.
You should probably check out the Eventbrite to see if there are any VIPs still available. Because I know they were selling out quick. And
Oh, Tim, these ladies. If you get a chance to go see these ladies and meet Davino in person, I would do it for sure, man. If I was in Chicago on the 18th, I'd be embarrassed. I'd probably stand outside and listen, but
I mean, you can always do the Zoom. So the
Can
Zoom
always do
is
the Zoom.
25. Yeah, the Zoom is $25. The in person itself for just a single ticket is $75, and VIP is $200 for two people, with seating on a bed, and it comes with a complimentary bottle of champagne. So, I mean, the mood is set right there, and VIP is almost sold out. So
that's amazing. That's wonderful to hear. I'm so glad to hear that the tickets are selling. That's great. That's what we're looking for. And we're gonna have an Angel on, as you said, the 17th. I'm looking forward to that. And believe it or not, all the way back a few months ago when Davino was a guest on the show, we had a conversation about this event and scheduled Angel for sometime in September way back then. So been looking forward to this one. We'll see what happens with all you wild and woolly people over there doing your sex things. I don't know. No, I'm teasing.
our sex.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
She got the stick back out. She got the stick back out.
I might be inspired to write yet another piece now, doing all of our sex.
I'm only
things.
teasing. See, the sarcasm
All of
doesn't
our
always
sex
play well on
things.
this platform. See what I mean?
All of our sex things, Tinder tweets. What's happening tonight?
Well, my understanding was we're gonna get a VIP bed and some champagne and the mood set. So,
Yeah,
am I missing
and
something here?
and a BDSM tasting with Miss Kitty.
yeah.
And what are we tasting?
What are we tasting?
No, I said a BDSM tasting. Okay, a
I don't know
demonstration
what
is
that
called
means.
a tasting.
Right, they were your
Oh, I didn't know-
words.
I
They
didn't
were
know
your
that.
words.
I was wondering how do we fit the tasting into this thing?
What's on the menu?
Okay, see,
Right.
Hey, Kid Marco.
That's pretty
We having a
important.
charcuterie board?
Maybe. Maybe.
Variety.
Charcuterie board on human plates? What are we doing?
I wasn't gonna say all of that, but you know.
Nom, nom, nom.
Yeah.
Nom, nom, nom. What are we saying?
So
I thought I had a good time in
BDSM
Detroit, but Chicago is getting ready to be.
It is. It definitely is about to be off the chain. Detroit last year was great, but you know we're stepping it up even more.
Get to
Because this time I
Chi-Town.
won't be as nervous. Maybe. Well, at least y'all know that I'm
think
gonna
I
be
was-
there this time.
That's worth the ticket right there,
Surprise.
just to hear Devlin's poetry. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, her shit was
gonna be-
fire last year. Oh my gosh.
I was
It
so
was.
proud.
So proud.
Oh,
Fire.
once I got over the nerves and cussing people out, I was great. So I hear.
You were awesome. Yes, it was kind of like taking in the moment. So you didn't even have to be like. I mean, I just closed my eyes and just listened.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It was
Well, there will be
amazing.
more. There will definitely be more this year.
We're certainly looking forward to that. Please send me, please, each of you ladies, when you have
did.
stuff coming out, I could put it on my list to make sure I shout it out on the shows and whatnot. You all have my personal number. If you ever need anything, please reach out. If I can ever be helpful in your journey, please do so. I would also
It is
like to
called
say,
50 Shades of Seduction.
yes, that's the event. Is 50 Shades of
That-
Seduction.
Right.
If you go to Eventbrite, find the 50 Shades of Production event.
Production.
You know what, sir?
Wait a minute.
go-
Wait a minute.
What is
It's
that?
the sex things and the production and
Oh, I mean 50 Shades of Seduction, not production. They're not going to video it.
that. I didn't know what you
sounded
would.
like. It was.
You know what? If you go on Eventbrite and find
It's gonna be
Primal
recorded,
Poetry,
but I don't think it's that kind.
Getting jealous. Basically.
Primal Poetry. The link is in my bio in my link tree.
At this
So-
point, we all need to go to bed.
Ladies, I
I think
appreciate
so.
y'all staying up past your bedtime, and we stayed an hour past rap time because y'all are amazing, and we needed to do that. So,
Look, if y'all
Now what
want
did I
this
come into?
again, follow all of us, but follow Scorpion Lotus because this Saturday she is having her live. Let me ask you a question at 7-ish, or was it 7:30-ish?
7:30.
7:30-ish Central. So we will be
Adjacent.
over there.
And she promised.
I promise.
And she promised
that's this Saturday, y'all. 7:30
this
ish.
Saturday.
Don't be late. Be 7:30 ish.
Central
Yeah,
time.
be 7:30-ish
Central.
Central.
So that's
please-
8:30-ish for us normal people.
Please, folks, if you get the opportunity, go over and check out Sister Chat on Saturday at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. It's going to be every other Saturday, and they're going to be starting on September 7th. Is going to be the first Saturday as they gear things back up and get moving along. Please go over there with an open mind and a respectful heart, and you'll fit right in. Each of these ladies, like I said, could have in their own right been a guest on the Gin Project show and done a whole show on each of them. We were very fortunate to have them here together. I very much appreciate you ladies making that happen. I'll say again, I think that the work that you're doing is important, not in a social media context, but in a real world, mattering in people's lives context. So thank you from me personally for what you do. I know that it's not easy some days. I know that y'all put up with a whole lot of mess, just trying to do a good thing. So at least I see you, I hear you, I hope. And please keep holding us accountable. Please keep guiding us, showing us the way.
Pam.
There are some of us out here that are willing to be to see that light. So please keep shining. Thank you, Pamela. I know that Pamela's done some poetry stuff over with the poetry folks, so thank you for stopping in, Pamela. Ladies, is there anything that we've gone over other than the new naming of poor tweets? That I, other than who you are, what you do, why you do it, and how you do it, that I got wrong?
I'm not salty at all.
And
I can tell by your face.
Tell by your face. That's all. You're not feeling some type
Inject sarcasm here.
yes,
Told you. All
Pamela.
Of us black
In
people.
all caps.
you will be able to find this episode. I'll try to download it tonight in
Tender
the morning
Productions.
over on YouTube's. If you go to the 10:45 mark, an hour and 45 minutes into the show, you're going to find the first portion where Reese was dropping some knowledge. So about an hour and 45 in, if you wanted to go in and take a cut, and at 2 hours and 26 minutes in, Reese was also dropping some more knowledge. So there's your 2 points to jump off on. Hour 45 in, if you happen to go watch it on the YouTubes, or 11 or 2 hours and 26
you
minutes
just watch
in.
the whole thing. It'll bless you.
Yes.
Just watch the whole thing.
Yes, that would be my advice. But if you really want to, if you got to get quick, if you're one of those folks that got to get it through a drive-through window real fast, then go check out what she had to say. An hour and 45 minutes in, and 2 hours and 26 minutes in, and you'll learn something. So,
You don't remember what you said back then, do you? You're making that face.
well, you're
It
about
was
to
to
get
get
an
it in the
opportunity
drive-through window.
to revisit it.
If you watch the whole thing, you'll see where we went left.
You're right about there, getting it in the drive-through window.
Right.
So Pamela, you can check these ladies out over on the YouTubes. Who knows what might happen? They might end up over there on Theory Radio too. But thank all of you for being here so much. Thanks for staying up past
Thank you for having us.
And
Thank you so much.
I hope to spend as much time as possible over there visiting with you ladies. And I was kind of in a similar situation as Chad. I've heard people. I'm gonna stay on track here. Y'all can't get me. I was kind of in a similar boat as Chad. I wasn't sure if this was the space we were supposed to be in or not. So now we have some understanding. How you doing, Amber?
75 Shady Productions.
I'm done. I'm so done. So yes,
75
just
Shades of Production. 70. There's a new event coming out. It's called the 75 Shades of Production. It's going to be held from Tim McCoy's woodworking shop.
And you're going to be every which way but loose.
every which way but loose. All turns.
Woodwork.
I really,
Woodwork specialist.
I just really want to thank you so much for helping us dispel the the idea that we are just for women. Our space is open for everyone, as long as they are respectful. So thank you for helping us show our shenanigan side too, apparently, but also just to dispel the misnomer that it's only for women. So I really appreciate you for having us on. Well, we really appreciate you for having us on.
Yes, we really do.
Chad thought that I was inviting him every week over for tea and crumpets or something with the ladies, because I sent him invites and he never came.
Crumpets. He said, I don't want to go to tea and crumpets, so no.
Right.
Parts of that.
That's for ladies with the gloves on or something. I don't know. But I invited him as often as I invited you.
Crumpets are dry, even with tea. No, thank you. I'm not coming over there.
I tried crumpets once and I was like, well, I tried it.
It's like a crunchy biscuit.
Shots in a few minutes.
DeVito.
Chad's like, I got wood sawdust over here. I'd rather have this. Not coming over there.
I was going to say he got wood over there. What is happening?
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to talking to Angel here in a few weeks, man. So thank you, ladies, very much. Thank you to everyone that came through in the chat. Thank you to King. I know he's not in here now, but thank you to him for coming through. Thank you to Divino Caprice for coming through. Both of those are names. Thank you for Chocolate Minds. I saw him and her earlier. Those are all three names that were given to me in the conversation yesterday of men that were influential in making this whole thing happen. So thank you, gentlemen, for leading the way. I appreciate you. I hope to follow your light. These ladies are all amazing, despite my butchery of what they do and how they do it. Don't hold that against them.
Look, you're open to correction, and that's what matters. Okay.
Absolutely, we got a lot of correcting to do. we got a lot going on as far as the corrections go. Chad, what you got, buddy? Send us out, Chad.
I was just coming in to say bye to everybody. I
love
put
y'all
my
so
kid to sleep
tenderly.
and came back.
And we still here
You all
carrying
turned
on.
up after I left. Yeah.
Tweets. I'm just.
Gin
I'll
owes
just call
you
you
a
once a
big
day.
apology.
I'll send you. I'll send you a message on a daily basis that I'm sorry for your new name. But it is kind of endearing.
And he's going to
I
say,
mean,
dear tender tweets.
Right.
dear my love, tender tweets. I'm so sorry.
He gonna
My
make a
TikTok
plaque and
crush,
have
please
somebody
forgive me
carve on it.
for calling you tender
Background
tweets.
music that I'm hearing right now, just with that.
Jimmy Fallon. He writes out the notes.
No, I'm not gonna let this ride, right? Just so.
No, you're not gonna let it ride, are you? Huh?
I'm not gonna let this
Doesn't
ride.
appear so.
Oh, goodness.
That was hilarious.
Oh my god.
Hands down, dominoes and tender tweets dice.
Uh huh.
I didn't say it.
We all thought it.
See, now I'm not the
Tender
one.
butts, ashtrays.
I'm not the one that have to shut up now this time.
Tender butts, ashtrays. I like it.
Thoughts I have in my head right now, I just.
I'm so sorry, tweets.
All right, that's it.
He
I'm done.
don't sound like it. He don't really sound like he that sorry though.
He
I'm sorry.
cackleth a bit
Not
too
really.
much. He cackleth a little too much.
A little too much.
Oh my goodness.
Ashtrays, though. That sounds like a.
That do sound good. I like
I
it.
mean, you know, it do. I mean, it's a play
It's
on
catchy.
words. Tender butts, tender, you know, hey, tender butts, ashtrays.
Ashtrays.
Production.
TBA,
Tray.
to be announced.
Hey, Chuck.
You get an ashtray or an ashtray.
Yes. You missed the whole
Tender
show.
butts,
love.
ashtray.
That got me laughing so hard, I'm crying.
If within reason, you can give me what you want, and I can try to make it.
Oh, it was the hand motion. It was the ring.
Saying it, it just.
That's not. Is that how you make ashtrays?
I don't really
Because it was
think
the
so.
hand motion.
Yeah.
There was emotion. There
It
was
was a
emotion.
ringing, but not for ashtrays.
No, we're not. No,
Okay.
we're not. Okay, not cupping the ash. Okay, my bad. Yeah, I got. I'm sorry. I forgot. Again, this is a family show. My bad.
This is
No,
a
we're
Now
good.
for
family
the
show.
lady chat.
We're past the
Now for
midnight
the
hour
lady
and
chat.
Chad is here, so all the rules are off.
I was gonna say, like, y'all ever like miss the middle of a movie and come back towards the end? You're like, what the f- happened?
Chad, can I introduce you to Tender Tweets?
Tended
She
Tweets
is-
Productions.
She has come out of her cocoon. She showed up in a cocoon, and she is now a butterfly. And she has a whole new name and everything.
And she's tender.
Tender tweets.
Y'all been rough since I left, huh?
You missed quite a bit, my friend. You missed
I've
quite a
been
bit.
wrecking cars
You did.
everywhere, man.
It's all right. I'll catch up pretty
Literally.
quick. Oh, I'll tell him. I love him.
We
too,
have
babe.
been lady chat, you know, all of it. Lady chat.
You become Lady Chad.
50 Shades of Production.
I caught that one. I was in the chat chilling for the 50
Yeah.
Shades of Production. That was.
I like Lady Chat, actually.
This will be the game project.
Now that's tea and crumpets.
Sister Chat edition.
Right.
Wait. What was
Yes.
that? I didn't catch it.
the Gim Project's what was I said? The Gim Project's greatest hits, Sister Chat edition.
Yeah.
That's good. I love it.
You have been swatted by Sister Chat.
Amber would like to draw you tweets.
Oh wow.
And Chad,
Okay.
Tim McCoy
Excited about Chicago.
No, I
is going to
have
be
questions about
in,
that. Hold up.
in Chicago on the 18th.
Yeah, I got
I
more
saw
questions.
that.
You want to draw me?
Amber's a friend of ours. She's done graphic art of me and Chad and a bunch of other people that we
Okay, I
roll
was,
with.
'cause I was confusion there for a second.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you gotta
she-
ask more questions. Let's say, but I want to draw you. It's like,
Yeah. I was confusion there for just
So
a
you
second.
drawing tweets or Tinder tweets?
Right.
Portraits,
Right,
yeah.
because
Both,
that
probably,
determines what
both.
outfit she gonna wear.
That part.
Draw her like your French girls.
Draw me like one of your French girls, Jack.
Thank you.
I knew where
That's
you were.
sounding a little risque.
I mean, you saw
Taylor
what
Walsh.
Jack drew.
Lady Sean's Trio Challenge tomorrow.
That's right. Thank you, because I am not. I am eager to listen to the trios, though. That is tomorrow, I believe, at 7 Mountain. So that is 9 Eastern.
She's still doing math, y'all.
8 Central.
8 Central.
If it's
Yeah.
if it's 9 Eastern. If you
Yes.
were right on the 9
So-
Eastern.
The trio challenge. So this month's challenge was for a trio instead of a duet. So instead of the normal duets where we had 2 poets or a poet and an artist or a poet and a musician, there was a challenge to do 3. So 3 poets, a poet, a musician, and a visual artist. Or if you were able to do all 3 yourself, then you can do that. But it can't be, you do 2 things and then pull in one other. It has to be a trio of that combination.
All or nothing.
Yeah.
Tim says he's going to be flying on the 18th to Chicago. Can I take my brother there for his birthday, or would that be weird?
As long as y'all be buying 2 tickets. I was already
You buying 2
replying in
tickets and
comments
both
with
are over 21.
that part.
Don't be stacking up on each other
And
and wearing
tender
trench
tweets
coats,
is spoken for.
Y'all put some in his drink.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
Oh,
I'm all-
goodness.
I'm all full up on the sister chat, man.
Well, great people. I have work in the morning,
So do I.
and I
As
have
do
been up
I.
since 5 this morning with no nap.
I haven't slept
So-
in 4 days. So
Thank you, ladies.
Yeah, but you like not sleeping.
yeah, but that was different.
yeah, we know.
We appreciate you.
Yeah.
We love you.
Thanks for
You're
having
Appreciate
welcome.
you.
We thank you for
Thank you
having
so much
us
for having
on.
us.
Yes, thank you so much for having us.
It
Absolutely.
was a great time.
Thank y'all. We'll I hope to see you again soon. Y'all please support these ladies. Please go over to Sister Chat. Please support the Primal event that Devlin's taking part in. Please go look up Reese. Please go look up Lotus. Please go look up Tweets. Please go look up Chad too. And Devlin and Miss Jean, and seek these
Yes.
women out. Start up a conversation with them. You might learn something. Thank you, ladies. If I can
Thank
ever be of
you.
help, please reach out. I mean that seriously. I believe you're on an important mission, and I'm here for it. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks to
Good night,
everyone in the
everyone.
chat. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Probably do a live later.
Good night, everyone.
Come hang out with us. Good night, ladies and Chad.
Again.
Good night.
Again.
Yes.
Again.
Yeah, buddy.
Tell everybody that your merch and my merch is all on sale tonight and tomorrow. You tell them that.
Sweet.
Nice.
Tonight, tomorrow,
Awesome.
my merch, his merch, on sale. You know what to do.
Nice.
Link in the bio.
Happy trails
Link in the bio.
to
you. Good night, ladies. Thank you.
And link is in the bio.
Good night.
Until we